sports fans, and welcome to the defining moment, brought to you by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. This is me and brother Larry B. bringing to you on a beautiful Tuesday morning. In my master's program, y'all, I don't know when the afternoon or the morning or the evening is anymore, but we are here on a beautiful Tuesday morning, ready to bring you tons of sports in so little time. That's right, y'all. Here we go. Sound the thunder, hit the applause, ring the bell and blow the whistle, because here we go. All right, y'all, first things first. We have had ourselves an incredible weekend of sports. I'll tell you that. It has been awesome watching so many upsets all throughout college sports. Talk about the upsets in college soccer. It has been unreal. Upsets in college football, actually. I mean, we haven't had very many of those, but my gosh, I have loved every bit of them that have been there. And, of course, some big games in NCAA volleyball, as well as getting ready now. We are now a month away from the NCAA basketball season, so really excited for that. Also, today we'll be talking some NFL, a little bit of a recap here from Week 4, and get into Week 5. Of course, we'll talk plenty of that in tomorrow's edition of 3 and Out, but a little bit of a sampler tray today, if you will. And then, of course, a little bit of a sampler tray for NCAA football, because, of course, in about an hour and a half, we will be talking, my co-host Taryn and I, will be talking tons of college football in every level. That's right, y'all. CCAA, NJCAA, NAIA, NCAA Division III, Division II, FCS, and FBS. I hope you're ready. Whole bunch of football is coming your way. Anyway, with that said, we have a little thing called the MLB playoffs starting tonight. October is here. The Sports Junction is here. This is the month where every sport, or nearly every sport, intersects, and I am so excited for it, y'all. The MLB playoffs start tonight. Wild card games are raring and ready to go. You have one game, 163rd game of the season, and this is the one that is the make or break. Who will go? We will see. WNBA Finals. How about those Mystics? My gosh. Ball, ladies, ball. Just saying. Moving on into Game 2, we'll take a preview of that. Also in auto sports, how about, I know we're like a week late, but hey, let's go ahead and give a gigantic applause to Joseph Newgarden, the 2019 IndyCar champion. Of course, he will do for a second time. Big ups to him, so great job. Also, Hamilton continues to dominate Formula 1. Surprise, surprise. The NASCAR playoffs are down to the round of 12. And the NHL Midwest Nats, well, we are rolling along with the countdown to 1. Rugby World Cup, what? UEFA Champions League. Soccer press portion of the show today. The NWSL playoffs are near. The MLS playoffs are near. And leagues around the world are just getting heated up, y'all. Also, the NHL is coming your way, as well as the NBA. Get ready to come your way, y'all. And there was a little fight we're going to talk about this weekend. Spence Porter, it was a damn good fight. You are now tuned in live to the defining moment, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Welcome, 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 sports fans. My gosh, it has been forever. My gosh. First things first, I just gotta say my apologies, y'all. Well, as you have seen on tweets before and whatnot, it has been wild. I mean, if you're considering grad school, you are brave, but you are also doing the right thing. This has not been easy by any stretch of the imagination, but it has been awesome. Definitely a great experience so far, but it is just so much. Like, the assignments pile up so much, and I think it's really cool. Like, I love it. Our professor keeps us on our toes. Well, professors and everybody, but it is just nasty. I mean, my gosh, it is nasty. If I sound a little bit under the weather, I have been for like a week now. It's just so hard to stay healthy now. I mean, coaching varsity football, being with those guys every day like I am today at my old high school, playing football as well, practice, games, just, that whole bit, working, of course, subbing, around a lot of sick kids. So it's like, man, that's what's going on. And yeah, so plenty more. As you can see, 3 and Out is still running very strong. Things are going great there, but haven't had the best shows recently. So now it's like I think everything has I've gripped it all and finally got a really, really good, schedule for myself, and actually a schedule now for the show. It's supposed to be a little bit earlier today, but as it goes, once again, homework hits and all kinds of things hit. So that's just kind of how it is and how it's probably going to be for the remainder of the football season with 3 and out running. But hey, we're going to do our best to get it going on here. And also, as soon as this stupid little cold heals, I am going to actually, I'm really happy about this, I am going to continue to push on. No, I'm not leaving the defining moment in the dust. No, I'm not leaving 3 and out in the dust. I'm definitely not leaving 3 and out college edition in the dust. However, I'm going to be moving on to a different type of social media, which I'm really excited about. As you've seen a couple weeks ago, we now have our official YouTube channel, and I will now be doing videos. So be looking out for those. I will be, once again, as soon as this little cold heals, but I'm going to start up now doing a, small little takes here and there of the defining moment. So they're basically going to be called, defining moment, basically just little tiny spin-offs, like, something small. So, really excited for this because I get to, I'm going to be talking all sports, no matter what, and I'll be talking plenty of football in there as well, giving tons of my opinions, and as it goes, I think a lot of you know that I don't really care if my opinions are popular or not. I tell it how it is, because that's just how it goes, y'all. So, anyway, with that said, we'll be doing small little, small videos here and there, and I'm going to try and get those out weekly as well. So it's a lot going on once again with school and everything, but I think I can manage that, and we will find out. And yeah, as for my semi-pro team, really excited for us. Let's go SoCal Warriors. We actually are 1 game away from the playoffs. We win on Saturday, we're in. We lose, we're out. Basically, that's very simple. So had a great season so far. So as you can see, everything's been pulling me every which way: work, school, football, coaching football, and of course holding IE Sports Radio together as best as I could. But I'll tell you what, there's somebody here that I definitely couldn't have held it together with as well as we have. And that, of course, is my co-host today, and of course, forever here for the show. Really glad to have him here today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming, he is a proud member of the IE Sports Radio family and a proud member of the IE Sports Radio PR department. So glad to have him there. We've been doing tons of work. And, of course, he is the host of our brand new show, Set Point. If you didn't get a chance to hear it yesterday, go check it out. I heard the first 30 minutes so I was doing my paper. Then I had to tune out because I was, doing my paper and everything. But I got here at the end of it. But great job from what I heard. And just seriously, such a great show. Super excited to have a volleyball show now. And we're just pushing on, y'all. Next, hey, we're looking for golf. We're looking for some fill-ins right now for our tennis show, for serve. And we're going to keep on advancing, y'all. Get plenty of, plenty of great shows, y'all, coming your way. So with that said, once again, welcoming proud member of the IE Sports Radio family and, of course, host of the brand new show, Set Point. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming the one, the only, Mr. Taryn Rodriguez. What's going on, Taryn?
It has been way too long, but good morning, sports fans. Hope you're ready for a jam-packed hour and a half of sports. I'm so glad to be back on the Defining Moment. It's good to have the Defining Moment back. And I gotta go Kawhi Leonard on y'all and say, what it do, baby?
I'll tell you what, man. It has definitely been too long. My gosh. You know what? I just for laughs here, I actually want to go back really quick and take a quick look at the last time we were on, Taryn. That was actually September 2nd. So we are nearly a month away. Tomorrow would be a full month that we haven't done the show. So it's been a rough one, guys. Like I said, bear with us. But my gosh, it has been tough. But hey, real quick, I just want to say on air, man, Taryn, you're the real deal, man. Thanks again for holding it together. Taryn has been making a lot of the banners for the last couple of weeks. Taryn has been scheduling the shows. Like, seriously, and my madness right now going on with everything I got going on at the moment, just keeping me extremely busy. Taryn has really stepped up and been one hell of a leader. So, hey, man, this applause button is for you, brother. Thank you so much.
Anytime, Larry. Thank you. It's my pleasure to help you out and help out IE Sports Radio.
Oh, man. Well, thank you very much, and I see you're very welcome, Bethesda. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. And hey, we do our best, man. We keep it going every single week, and we gotta keep it rolling here today. So we have a new format, guys. Some of you might be pretty excited about it, and some of you may kind of be bummed about it, depending on how you feel. But we're actually going to be shortening the show plenty. Once again, because the schedule just can't hold up a 3-hour anymore, which, it was fun, but is what it is. So what we're going to be doing now is really kind of a shortish show, but it's going to be a really fun one. And we're going to be kind of doing snippets. It's going to be really kind of cool. So you'll see today, we're not going to get too much into everything, but we're going to give you just kind of, the real deal, but really quick, instead of kind of just lingering around on it. So you will see. Today will be about a 90-minute show, but it's going to be a fun one. And then after that, we got like a 15-minute break, and we're going on to 3 and Out College Edition. So next week, I'm going to try and get my Tuesdays kind of tamed down like this. Went out last night, up a little late. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep these Tuesdays rolling like this. I'm gonna reserve every Tuesday now. So I think we found our time: Tuesday mornings for the Defining Moment, and then Tuesday afternoons for 3 and Out College Edition. And then you will hear Taryn on Monday mornings, almost afternoonish, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time for Set Point. And then you'll hear myself, Mike Pat, Colin Reynolds, and Mr. John Felipe Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time for just one of the awesomest shows you'll ever hear. But yeah, we have been rolling on 3 and Out, and it has been so much fun this year. So anyway, we'll continue on. Can't wait till the Chargers play in primetime so we can get Taryn over there, man. This guy's chomping at the bit for our primetime face-off, so we're going to go ahead and get him on there pretty soon. But we'll talk a little bit of NFL today. Once again, we can't get crazy in depth. We're going to hit the points that really, really matter. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump on the show. But as I always say, y'all, first and foremost, none of this is possible. None of anything's possible. Nothing is possible without, of course, number one above all, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, nothing is possible, y'all. For without him, nothing is possible, y'all. That's right. And of course, big shout out to all of you listeners out there. For without y'all, man, we ain't nothing. IE Sports Radio ain't nothing without y'all. So we definitely appreciate y'all. And thanks for showing us love, for tuning in every week. So, all right, y'all. Darren, you ready for this, man?
I was born ready. Of course I'm ready.
Well, let's get it, man. First things first. NCAA football. Oh, why am I saying NCAA football first? Because we're not going to spend too much time on it, because we got a giant 90 minutes coming up in about 90 minutes. Okay, so yeah, we have a lot of football coming your way. But quick and dirty, man, the new poll is out. Really excited for this new poll. And, there's some teams where I'm wondering what the hell they're doing there. And seriously, I would argue with so many of these pollsters. Like, I don't even, like, how was Nebraska ranked? I'm sorry, but I'm going to go back to that. How in the hell was Nebraska even ranked to start the season? You lose 6 games straight last year. Worst record I think they've ever had, or it's a record for them. And they were ranked like 24 to start the season, or 23. Seriously? Seriously. So, anyway. So, I'm going to continue to fight with the pollsters, but you will hear more of that on College Edition coming up. Anyway, so we have a tie for 25 right now. Michigan State and Texas A&M. Okay, those are both deserved, whatever. Then we have SMU, who was incredibly deserved. They freaking knocked off their rival TCU. They have done so much in the last month. I'm so proud of the Mustangs. Congratulations, Southern Methodist. You guys are doing your thing. UVA, yeah, good job. Cavaliers, 23, and we have 22. Wake Forest, 5-0. You know what? That's deserved. And then Oregon State. I can't believe it. Oregon State was the laughing stock of the Pac-12 for like the last couple of years. And then like
Oklahoma State.
Oh, I'm sorry, Oklahoma State. So we have a Oklahoma State team who really isn't bad, but they're really not that good either. I'll explain more on College Edition. So anyway, 21's a decent spot for them. ASU, you know what? You guys have earned it. Herm Edwards, you're the man. 20 at number 20. Then we have from 19 to 16, Michigan, who, how? I don't get it. How? Like, this team they're anything but good. I'm sorry. I know they're 3-1, but It's like every time we talk about upsets, like Michigan's kind of in the mix. Like, yeah, I sorry, Ann Arbor, but it's just, it's really kind of hard to even consider them as a serious team anymore. And it's weird because these guys go off into the NFL and they're like amazing. Like, where did they come from? Michigan? Wow, how come they sucked this senior year? Yeah, coaching? What? Anyway, so UCF, you know what? They lost a tough one last week versus Pittsburgh. I'm really happy for UCF, though, because they're still right. They're still doing their thing. Why is Pittsburgh not even brought up, though? Like, I'm kind of in awe why they're not brought more up towards the top. I don't even see them in the receiving votes column here on the ESPN ScoreCenter app. So, yeah, get your priorities straight, guys. Anyway, Utah, 4-1. They're 17. Okay, you know what? That's deserved. USC, I can't believe we beat them, as terrible as we've been playing. Anyway, Boise State, 4-0, well-deserved. This team has been playing such good football. I mean, my gosh, I can't believe Kellen Moore, I'm the youngster, but no longer playing football, and he's the youngest offense coordinator now, or one of the youngest coaches in the NFL for the Dallas Cowboys. So awesome. But as for this team as a whole, you know what? I'm really excited for this team as a whole. I really want to see this team continue to grow, continue to push. Really good stuff here. Washington, well, we knew they were going to destroy USC, and even though it wasn't a bad loss, I don't care. Still a loss, and I'm still very pissed off at USC. But regardless, very good team for here in Washington, doing such big moves, leaps and bounds just every year. But can they get back to the college football playoff now? They have one loss in their record. They're 15. They have better teams the last couple of years. We'll see. Iowa, 4-0, well-placed. I am really, really, really excited for the Hawkeyes because, once again, growing program, they're well-deserved right where they are. And you know what? If they continue to grow and get better, I mean, look, they produce not one, but two starting tight ends right now, guys, in the NFL, all right? How awesome is this, man? One in Denver and one in Detroit. And, I mean, I don't know if Font is starting, but he should be. And I know he gets PT because I got him on my fantasy team. But, yeah, I mean, it's just a great school. And really, I mean, they got a big victory over their in-state rivals, Iowa State, a couple weeks ago. So, good stuff there. Anyway, so, I'm taking too much time. Anyway, Oregon, 3-1 at 13. At number 12, we have Penn State at 4-0. At number 11, we have Texas at 3-1. I agree with all three of those. Oregon has done enough to stay up there, but realistically, how much more can they really give? Penn State, you guys are surviving. You guys are surviving. That's all I gotta say. You guys are surviving. Okay, you're surviving. Anyway, and then Burnt Orange. I mean, you know what? I am all for it. I can't ask any more of this team. I don't like them because of USC back in 2006. Yeah, but I know I hold on to crap like that. Anyway, but I really feel like this Texas team right now has a decent amount of push to at least make a major bowl game this year. So I really want to see how they continue to progress. We're still only in week 6, so we shall see. But we're about halfway through, so we're getting to the halfway point. So anyway. And then we have 10 through 6. So Florida at 5-0, Notre Dame at 3-1, Wisconsin at 4-0, Auburn at 5-0, and then Oklahoma at 4-0. Okay. Here's where things get a little weird. Notre Dame, I get it. You know, good job, wonderful. Yeah, want a cookie? You're in the top 10. But you explained to me how Florida, that's 5-0, that's actually, in my opinion, played, you know, a little tougher opponents, really. I mean, I'm not trying to slight Notre Dame too much, but I just really feel like Florida should be ahead of them. Whatever, just one little move there. And then as for Oklahoma, I mean, how are they not higher? I'm going to get into that real quick. So we have 5-1, LSU, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, and Alabama. Okay, these teams are all undefeated. Okay, all of them. I just really kind of want to put out there, I feel like Oklahoma should be flip-flopped with LSU. LSU dropped from 4 to 5, so why couldn't Oklahoma leapfrog them too? Oklahoma's done nothing wrong. They've been playing really good football. Strength of schedule, who cares? I mean, overall, it is what it is. They're ranked where they are, and it's going to change. But as of right now, Oklahoma is just playing lights out. I really want to see Jalen Hurts play Alabama. I am pushing for this. Like, I really want to see that. But overall, Clemson will drop this week to number 2, and Alabama will jump to number 1. This means nothing, because Clemson is still a powerhouse, Alabama's still a powerhouse. Right now, that number 1 ranking doesn't really mean much, because both these teams are extremely talented. And there's nothing really that's separating the two by very much versus just a few more votes for Alabama than for Clemson. But in the majority overall, Georgia's right where they need to be. I'm really pumped up for the Buckeyes. A very young, strong, tough team. They moved up this week before. I mean, honestly, if they continue to play at the level they're playing at, Big Ten football is definitely not an easy conference. Okay, so we're really excited. Well, I'm really, really excited to see this team grow and continue to get better. So, anyway, I know I was kind of a little lengthy there, but college football and me just kind of go, guys. I can talk about freaking college football for hours. So, anyway, all right, so before we get on to the upsets and everything from last week, Taryn, any thoughts on the rankings here while I pull up last week's games?
Well, for the most part, I'm not surprised that Clemson went down. They had really struggled against North Carolina. You know, Alabama continues to roll through their opponents. So if I'm Clemson, I'm kind of ironing out the wrinkles of their offense and defense. And I'll get into more of this on 3 and Out College Edition. But honestly, you know, Clemson's got to get it together. As for the rest of the rankings, it seems about right for the most part. You know, there could be a few tweaks here and there, but I think the committee got it right, honestly. And once again, I'll be talking more about this on 3 and Out College Edition, but, you know, I don't have too many qualms with the rankings.
Alrighty, well, let's get right into that upset. I forgot all about that. Talk about, I think the world was pulling for the Tar Heels the other day because there's no other way. I mean, seriously, North Carolina was leading this damn game. Like, to almost knock off Clemson escaped. Like, that's all there is to it. What a great job by North Carolina. I know it wasn't the easiest, loss to swallow for sure because they had number 1 on the ropes as a team who this should have been like an FCS, FBS game, okay, blowout. Okay, this should have been terrible, but the Tar Heels held their own at home, and my gosh, I'm crushed for them that they didn't win this thing, and I really wanted them to win so bad. Like, once again, I think everybody was during the game. So, but definitely, a pretty good game, but just a bummer of the. Unless you're a Clemson fan, it was a bummer. So, number 1, Clemson escapes out of North Carolina, 21-20, and then I'm just gonna go over ranked games pretty much right now. Just ranked on ranked, as a matter of fact. Because we'll get into, like I said, lots more in College Edition. But ranked on ranked, number 17 Washington defeats number 21 USC. You know what, USC? Thanks for having a backbone. You at least stood up to these guys and fought, but just missed opportunities. That's all there is to it. And I know we got a youngster in there at QB. I like him a lot. He's growing so much, but it's just, we're in a situation right now, and the better team won. I was not expecting USC to win this game, but, really just, I wasn't expecting us to be ranked either. I mean, whoop-de-doo, you get a few wins and you start ranking everybody. So I don't think USC is worthy of any ranking at all. But hopefully they're out of the top 25 in this next 25. And that's my team, guys. So as you can see, I love being very realistic. So, yeah, hopefully USC's out of the ranks in this next rankings because they do not deserve being up there. I am sorry. Anyway, ranked on ranked games. All right, so let's scroll down the list here. And, okay, so Notre Dame and number 18, Virginia. Once again, Notre Dame was number 10. Now they've jumped up to 9, which I think they should have stayed at 10 because whoop-de-doo. Virginia's not this big powerhouse team. I'm not sure what Virginia's even doing up there. But right now, their lacrosse team is really good. But, Virginia is a great team, this year. They've done well enough to be ranked. But once again, Notre Dame, I don't feel that's enough to bump them up. Anyway, rivalry, I guess, whatever. But 35-20, nice victory there in South Bend for the Fighting Irish. Then we move on, continuing on here. Let's see here. Ranked on ranked. Who do we got ranked on ranked? And we don't have any more freaking ranked on ranked for the rest of the entire week. Wow. Okay, well. Really, a couple notable mentions, because once again, College Edition is going to be heavy, so we're going to get into that later, but couple of, like, awkward things, I guess. Arkansas, yeah, this team was, like, losing last week, okay? Arkansas, I think Texas A&M has some thinking, or I don't know, this team lost to San Jose State last week at home. And then Texas A&M comes on over, the number 23 ranked SEC. Yeah, we're tough. And they barely win by 4 points. Yeah. How do you guys feel about that, Texas A&M? Just saying. Anyway, so Michigan just blows out Rutgers, which unfortunately led to the firing of Rutgers head coach, which is really crappy, but best of luck, brother. And, just a few games, like I said, that were notables. I mean, really, there's really not much more else that I can be like, oh, great. The primetime game, Saturday Night Football was just hilarious. I mean, Nebraska. Where's my laugh button at? Nebraska. Just saying. I mean, really, guys. That's the best game you can get for primetime. Yeah, that's the one. Sorry, but Ohio State did away with them 48-7. Just talk about a beat down there, and really, just that's about it. I mean, some Pac-12 games, I guess we can go into. I mean, Arizona over UCLA. UCLA is really starting to roll. And now with the whole paying player thing, that's going to get real sticky with the Pac-12. We'll get more into that in College Edition. But Arizona over UCLA, 20-17. Not a bad game there. Chip Kelly, what's up, man? After your gigantic victory last week, can't beat Arizona? Anyway, rivalry. Sorry, guys. Anyway, Indiana, they're coming on up apparently because number 25, Michigan, 40-31. So, not impressive victory there at all, but decent game. So once again, those are just a few notables for me. I mean, Oklahoma blows out Texas Tech 55-16, and then we have number 8 Wisconsin defeating Northwestern, which Wisconsin, guys, you're this big strong powerhouse team, and you can't beat Northwestern by more. Okay, so anyway, there was one upset that I totally missed on Friday night. And this is kind of funny, actually, because Cal is supposed to be this big, bad powerhouse right now. Ooh, yeah, Cal. And they just lost. So, good job, Herm Edwards. 24-17, down goes Cal. And it was on the road, too. So, Arizona State gets a big victory there. And there you have it. So, anyway, those are just a few little pumps there, I guess, for week 5. Taryn, any comments or thoughts?
So, in regards to the Arizona State and Cal game, Cal actually lost their quarterback, Chase Garbers, or as Petros Papadakis once called him, the king of CDM. And Garbers has been such a key asset at quarterback for the Golden Bears. So, to lose him is a huge loss for him and a huge loss for Cal. Hopefully he's better, because I've seen Garbers play, and that dude is really good. So if going forward, if Cal doesn't have Chase Garbers, it's going to have to be the next man up mentality. So Arizona State kind of got lucky with Jalen Daniels with their quarterback. He's a SoCal product as well. I think he came from Cajon. Really good quarterback. But overall, ASU grinded it out and got that win. So hats off to the Sun Devils. But once again, prayers out to Chase Garbers. Hopefully he does make a full recovery, and hopefully he'll be ready for next game.
I gotta say, yes, big time. Prayers up for Chase Garbers. I did not know that. That sucks. But hey, I mean, as it goes, Taryn, what happened? JT Daniels goes down. Guess who steps up? The youngster, I mean, it's how it goes, Taryn, you know what I mean? Like, it's unfortunate, that's how it is, but it's got to be next man up mentality, right? So.
Oh, yeah, definitely, and, Kadon Slovis went down, so it was Matt Fink, and USC is going to need to get their quarterback carousel in order, because Matt Fink can't be throwing 3 picks in one game. He got slapped back to reality from Washington.
That was rough. So you're absolutely right, man. So okay, so let's go over the top 25 games for this week coming up. Coming up on Friday. Number 18, UCF, takes on Cincinnati. Should be a pretty good game there. And then on Saturday, we got a slate of them. So here we go. Utah State taking on number 5, LSU. We have number 6, Oklahoma, taking on Kansas. Kent State taking on number 8, Wisconsin. Purdue taking on number 12, Penn State. And why do I feel like this is going to be a really close game? I don't know why. But once again, it's kind of like Penn State is surviving, so I don't know. Purdue is not an easy team to mess with, man. That Minnesota game with them was crazy last week, so Anyway, ranked on ranked, here we go. Oh my gosh, is it going to be a loss in the big house? I know I pick on Michigan a lot, guys, but I'm just not impressed. Michigan is kind of like the Vikings with me. Okay. They're a team. Not very impressive, but they're a team. That kind of thing. So, anyway, number 14, Iowa, and number 19, Michigan. Should be a pretty good game there in the big house. We got number 21, Oklahoma State, taking on Texas Tech. Should it be another basketball score the way Texas Tech likes it? We'll see. Then we have a good SEC matchup right here. Number 7, Auburn, taking on number 12, Florida. This should be fun. Really excited for this game here because honestly, you can flip a quarter for this one. Really, this is a coin flip. This is a very good football game. Really excited to see these two teams go head to head in the swamp. Bowling Green takes on number 9, Notre Dame. Number 11, Texas takes on West Virginia. Mountaineers are 1 year removed from being a pretty big ranked team. Can they be a big ranked team again if they knock off Texas at home? We shall see. Number 3, Georgia versus Tennessee. Ouch. Then we have 25, Michigan State taking on 4, Ohio State in a Big Ten battle that I hope this is a good game because Michigan State just has this amazing team that somehow doesn't know how to win big games. So I really hope that this team makes at least a really good push to somehow, and I mean somehow, win this thing. So really excited for this, and I'm really hoping that Ohio State can get pushed to the limits. I'm pretty sure Ohio State will win it, and that is the primetime game coming up this week. But I would love to see a good game from Michigan State. Maybe even an upset. Who knows? And then we have Tulsa taking on number 24, SMU. As I mentioned, they are ranked, and you know what? Rightly so. After that, number 15, Stanford number 15. I said number 15, Stanford. That was really mean, huh? Anyway, hey, I'm still a big fan of Coach Shaw no matter what, but Stanford is anything but 15. Or ranked. Or good. Anyway, so number 15, Washington will take on Stanford. And then number 16, Boise State takes on UNLV. So those are the ranked games coming up for this week. And before we go ahead and push on to the NFL, Taryn, any thoughts on the ranked games for this week?
Well, my only thoughts are pretty much going to be I'm looking forward to all of them, and once again I'll get into full detail on 3 and Out College Edition, but I'm looking forward to Stanford versus Washington, even though that's not ranked on ranked, but I think Stanford, having gotten knocked down quite a bit, is going to want to get back up, and Washington kind of squeaked one out against USC. Some people thought that USC was going to win, some people thought Washington was going to win, but I didn't expect it to only be a 14-point game, a 14-point win. I thought it was going to be by more, but maybe Stanford's licking their lips and thinking, maybe we might have a shot. So we'll see what happens.
If only they were as good as their volleyball team.
Oh, yeah. Then again, Washington did beat Stanford, but we'll save that for later.
All right. So, with that said, off to the NFL. Quick and dirty recap, guys, and we'll go over the standings. All right, so this is going to be hilarious because I'm going to go this really quick. But coming up for next week, for tomorrow, we have a big show, of course, planned for 3 and Out, as we always do. But let's have some fun talking some crap. So here we go, guys. I'm sorry, this is going to be funny. Here we go. All right, so Eagles and Packers. What? Are you serious, guys? Really, Packers? Big bad Packers doing their thing this season, but the Eagles, you know what? Way to redeem yourself, guys. Seriously, way to redeem yourselves. 34-27 on Thursday Night Football last week. Touche. I like it. Big win there. Moving on to Sunday, the Raiders can actually play football for at least 3 quarters because we all know they can't play 4. But hey, it was good enough to win a game. I can't believe it, Raiders. You're actually not terrible this week, but you're still not good. Sorry, and that's my team. I don't care. We're still not good. We're still not a good football team, but we did enough to win this game, so I guess we're decent. So. 31-24. Good job, Raiders. We get it done on the road versus the Colts. And the Colts, you know what? Jacoby Brissett is just a great athlete, and continue to let this young man play and do his thing. Watch. He will evolve and get even better, and I'm really excited for his career. Titans over the Falcons. Hey, Falcons. I mean, do we gotta send out the? I was having so much fun on Sunday talking crap, talking about the Falcons. We're gonna send the search party out for the Falcons because the Falcons are just nowhere to be found. The offense can score, and then the defense is suspect, and the Titans put up 24 points on them and beat them. Poor Falcons. Titans win 24-10 in Atlanta. Oh boy. The NFC South is hilarious right now. Oh, I'm sorry, it's just the Falcons that are hilarious. Anyway, Patriots-Bills. Patriots, explain to me why this wasn't, 44-10. Explain. I mean, the Bills are actually pretty good. If anybody's going to challenge them this year in that entire division, the AFC East, it's going to be the Bills. And I'm really happy for them that they were able to hold the Patriots 16 points. But Patriots, this just wasn't your best game, be real. Patriots still win on the road in the Ralph, but still very good game by both teams. The second matchup of this one is going to be awesome in Gillette, and I really hope the Bills bring it again. Chiefs and Lions. Well. Matt Patricia, good sir, I am the biggest fan of you. Why? Because you can play games like this. A young team, second-year head coach, and you know what? You're doing your thing, man. Nearly taking down Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, the Chiefs are just the anomaly of the NFL. Beating this team is not going to be easy for anybody. I'm pretty sure the Patriots will beat them in the playoffs at some point, maybe even the AFC Championship again. And I'm pretty sure the Patriots are going to win another one, just saying. But as for these Chiefs, they've got to win one in the next couple of years. It might even be this year, but they are not an easy team to beat. Detroit, thank you for fighting this team as well as you did. I love it. 34-30. Lions actually could have won this game. We'll get more into that in 3 and out, but Lions, you could have won this game easy. So not easy, but you could have won it. So anyway, Chargers and Dolphins. If the Chargers would have lost, I wouldn't know what to say. Chargers are nowhere near what they were last year. Unfortunately, injuries hit them. Melvin Gordon wants to, cry about money, is what it is. But Dolphins, there's no words to explain how bad this team is. So the Chargers, that was, you should have won. So 30-10 on the road for the Chargers. Giants over the Redskins. Okay, Giants. Where was this? Where has this been? I mean, seriously, where's that applause button? I don't know where this team has been, but that was a great victory. Granted, it's the Redskins, and the Redskins, I guess they need more work than I thought. I thought Montez Sweat and Kerrigan together would be amazing edge rush, and they're doing pretty well, but my gosh, the Giants, you guys. You know what? Daniel Jones stepped up for this team. The man is getting, like I said, I heard before on the Senior Bowl, earlier this year, he's getting 2 master's degrees. This guy is the real deal, man, or he's working on a second one, whatever. The real deal right here. Great job to you. Giants win 24-3 at home. Browns over the Ravens. Browns are actually playing football now. And you know what? I am proud of you guys. Good football game. Ravens, you lost to a team that was more prepared than you. You took them seriously, I think you guys underestimated them. That's really all this game was. So, good game. 40-25 on the road. Browns win it. Then we have the Panthers over the Texans, and probably the best game of the entire week because it was a heavyweight fight. These two went at it. Panthers did just enough to get it done. Texans, I'm not going to call you a paper team, at least for right now. You just got out of that. But if you continue to lose, I will continue to call you a paper team. Panthers win this one 16-10 on the road. Then we go on Buccaneers. I wish I had a gigantic laugh button because this was hilarious. This was the best. This is the funniest game of the entire week. Really, Rams? Are you serious? A Buccaneers team who I didn't think they were going to win 6 games this year. And they go into the Coliseum and beat a Rams team who actually is pretty tough right now. I don't even know how many injuries they have, but this Rams team is pretty stout. Pretty strong team, and they did nothing. Buccaneers with a team full of guys who some of these people don't even know half the players in this team. And they came and beat y'all. Well, that's what happens when you take teams lightly, Rams. 55-40, great job, Buccaneers. Jameis Winston, I was real happy for that game. And I'll tell you what, that was just a great football game. It really was overall. I didn't even care about the high score because it was an upset. Big victory there. Once again, Rams will drop one here at home. Seahawks and Cardinals. I mean, really, is this supposed to be like a pat on the back? Seahawks, it was supposed to happen. This to me is like seriously the NFC version of the Chargers and Dolphins. You're supposed to win this one. Seahawks 27-10 over the Cardinals. Seahawks are rolling on. This Thursday night is going to be awesome. Anyway, Bears and Vikings, I don't know how this was. Well, I guess this was a good score, but the Bears, such a great victory here. These guys, really cool concept behind the jerseys that they wore, and I'm really, really, really excited about this team moving forward. That defense is just lights out. The Vikings actually showed, some balls in this game, but regardless, wasn't enough. Bears get a big victory here. Super proud of this team for what they've done. Then we have the Jaguars knocking out the Broncos. Laugh button. Because, seriously, the Broncos had this game wrapped up with a neat little bow on it. And Jacksonville's like, no, sorry, dude. So, you know what? Gardner Minshew is doing big things. So happy for him. And, I mean, come on, guys. Josh Lambo nailing that 33-yarder to win this thing at the end. Hey, the Broncos won one, I think. Actually, I hate to say this. Actually, no, I don't, because I'm not a Bronco fan. But this is the second time already in this 0-4 season for the Broncos that they've lost on the last-second field goal, because they lost the same exact way to the Bears in week 2. I'm sorry. Anyway, so after that, we have the Saints and the Cowboys in what was an incredible game. These guys went at it, punch for punch kind of a game. I love this game. Saints defeated the Cowboys 12-10 at home in a very great game here. Sunday Night Football. On to Monday Night Football last night. The Steelers just beat down the Bengals. I honestly didn't even know. I thought the Bengals probably maybe could even win this game. I was wrong! This was pretty funny. The Steelers looked anything but impressive, but certainly impressive enough to knock out the Bengals, who just have seen better days. So, anyway, before we get on to the standings real fast, I'm going to roll through those. Any thoughts, comments on these games, Darren?
Well, I'm happy that the Chargers got back on track, because had they lost, I would have raised some hell. Excuse my French, but I really would not have been, that would not have settled well with me. So, in regards to the Bears and the Vikings, once again, Kirk Cousins struggles against quarterbacks that are on a team that's 500 or better. But to Chase Daniel, sorry Vikings, sorry Kirk Cousins. That Rams game was really good. My brother had on. He wasn't really happy with Jared Goff's performance. And the Steelers versus Bengals game, that was basically what I called Tank Bowl, because both teams were 0-3. But the Steelers can probably turn it around. One thing I was astounded by and a little puzzled by was that Mason Rudolph didn't throw the ball to Juju Smith-Schuster a lot. Schuster only had 15 yards, and that kind of cost me in Fantasy League. But other than that, great week of football. Hopefully we get another great week of football this upcoming week.
I am with it. So, quick and dirty through the standings. Let's do it, Taryn. Here we go. In courtesy of the ESPN Score Center app, where I'm getting all my sources from, where I've gotten all of them from today, we have here in the AFC East, we have the New England Patriots 4-0, the Buffalo Bills at 3-1, the New York Jets at 0-3, and the Miami Dolphins at 0-4. I wonder who's going to win that division. Anyway, in the AFC North, we have Cleveland. What? This is awesome. I picked them to win this division, but I guess it's hilarious that they're 2-2 and they're leading. This is wow. Anyway, I'll always say it's the toughest division. Well, one of the toughest divisions in the NFL because you got to play offense on defense in order to win games because it's such a hard-hitting division, and it's usually like this. But my gosh, I think it's just more bad football this year than anything. Anyway, well, at least early on. So Cleveland 2-2, Baltimore at 2-2, Pittsburgh at 1-3, and Cincinnati at 0-4. In the AFC South, Houston at 2-2, Indianapolis at 2-2, Jacksonville at 2-2, and you wouldn't believe it, Tennessee is at 2-2. Oh my gosh, the most wide open division in the NFL, and it's showing right here. Anyway, then the AFC West, the Chiefs at 4-0. Yeah, like anybody's gonna stop them. The Raiders at 2-2. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, we're in second place. Are you serious? For real? We don't deserve. It's like USC. We don't even deserve to be ranked. We don't even deserve to. We should be fourth place at 2-2 because of how terrible we are. Anyway, we're 2-2. The Chargers are at 2-2, which is surprising that they're not at least ahead of the Raiders because the Raiders are trash. And then Denver at 0-4, which is pretty funny. Anyway, in the NFC, we have here in the NFC East, Dallas at 3-1, well deserved, gentlemen. Even with that tough loss to the Saints, you fought that team well deserved, right there, guys. Philadelphia at 2-2. Yeah, might want to play better football, even though they beat the Packers, but I think they should pick it up for the rest of the season, just saying, because the Cowboys aren't playing. The Giants at 2-2. How have they won 2 games? I'm not sure, but they've done it. And then Washington at 0-4. Haskins? What? Haskins? Anyway, after that, NFC North, we have here Packers at 3-1. Chicago at 3, which was surprised the crap out of me. Okay, Chicago at 3-1 should be leading, but whatever. Anyway, Detroit at 2-1-1 because they like to tie. And then we have the Vikings at 2-2. That's really nothing more to say about this division. It's cold. That's about it. Anyway, in the NFC South, we have New Orleans at 3-1. Well, they deserved it. And they're playing great football. Tampa Bay at 2-2, Carolina at 2-2, and the Falcons at 1-3. And search party is out for the Falcons offense and defense because they can't play either one. Anyway, then we're moving on to the NFC West. This is just really weird for me to see right now, but we have the Niners at 3-0, leading Seattle at 3-1. The Rams at 3-1, and the Arizona Cardinals at 3-1. So there it is. A little bit of NFL talk there before we go ahead and move it on here into what's coming up next. Oh, some MLB talk. We're going moving on here, Taryn. Any thoughts on the standings in the NFL?
Well, I'd like to see the Chargers do better, that's for sure. Because, being behind the Raiders is a little unsettling as a Chargers fan. Yeah, but that AFC South, man, woo! All teams are 2-2 after 4 weeks. That's that's pretty crazy. And the AFC North is pretty close as well. So we'll see how it progresses going forward.
Really looking forward to it. And plenty more of that tomorrow, including not 1, not 2, yes, there's 3. 3 primetime face-offs tomorrow. Ready to rock and roll, y'all. Rams at Seahawks. Thursday Night Football. Sunday Night Football, we have Colts and Chiefs. And then on Monday Night Football, Browns and Niners. And it's kind of hilarious because you would think this would be the toilet bowl. But it actually should be a pretty good football game coming up on Monday Night Football. So all of that, the recap of the week. Of course, we'll be talking plenty of that, as well as 3 primetime face-offs and all of our picks for next week. Get excited, y'all. 3 and Out comes your way tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. You don't want to miss it. All right, so let's go ahead and get on into a little bit of MLB. Taryn, was that not a good baseball season?
It was an amazing season. Just amazing.
That was an awesome baseball season, guys. That was everything that I thought it would be. Taryn, seriously, man, if you can, rate this last past baseball season, we have records broken, we have a ton ton, well, not a ton, but a decent amount of no-nos this year, and of course, even a couple that could have been no-nos. I mean, seriously, Darren, baseball is evolving, dude.
Yeah, definitely. This season the MLB was definitely one to remember, especially with the wild card races, especially in the American League between the A's, Rays, and Indians. You know, the Indians kind of fumbled pretty much toward the end of the season, honestly, and Tampa Bay should have been a lock because they were actually leading the wild card and the American League, and then the Yankees came along and just shoved them to the back. And then it's good to see another team from the AL West, being the Oakland A's, representing. You know, if they can get past the wild card round, I'll be interested to see how they do against the Astros, because sometimes they give the Astros a little bit of a tough matchup. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but, you know, the wild card round begins tonight. I'm excited for it. I'm definitely looking forward to it, and, yeah.
Well, you and me both, Darren. So before we get into the wild card real quick, let's go ahead and just give a final tip of the cap to the MLB season and talk a little bit about, actually just go over the... go over the standings real quick. So, all right, in the American League, this is how they finish, guys, in the AL East. Once again, courtesy of the ESPN Score Center app. We're getting our sources from here. We have the Yankees finishing at 103-59, Tampa Bay at 96-66, Boston at 84-78, and Toronto 67-95, and Baltimore at 54-108. In the Central, we have Minnesota finishing at 101-61, Cleveland at 93-69, the White Sox at 72-89. Kansas City at 59-103, and Detroit at 74-114. And then in the West, we have Houston at 107-55, the A's at 97-65, Texas at 78-84, the Angels at 72-90, and Seattle at 68-94. Into the NL, we have Atlanta at 97-65, Washington at 93-96. I'm sorry, 69. We have here, let's see, the Mets at 86-76, Philadelphia 81-81. Hey, they're 500. Anyway, Miami at 57-105. All right, in the Central, that crazy Central Division. Well, we knew they would have some space in there, but it was crazy throughout the middle of the year for sure. But St. Louis 91-71, Milwaukee at 89-73. Outside looking in. Damn, the Cubs were so close. 84-78. Cincinnati at 75-87. And Pittsburgh 69-93. And in the West, the Dodgers, surprise, right? 106-56. Arizona at 85-77. San Francisco at 77-85. Colorado at 71-91, and San Diego at 70-92. So that's how it would all finish up this year. And tonight we have the National League Wild Card getting underway at 5:08 p.m. Pacific Time, 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time. Brewers take on the Nationals. One game says it all, guys. And then on to Wednesday, we have the American League wildcard game, Rays and Athletics, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. There we go, guys. The Rays got in. That's already crazy enough. And then on Thursday, it all begins. The NLDS begins. We have the to-be-determined team taking on the Dodgers. And then the Cardinals will be taking on the Braves. And then on to Friday, we have to-be-determined, of course, in the AL, taking on the Astros. And this is going to be exciting because the Twins, I really think the Twins can fight the Yankees. Will they win it? I don't think so, but my gosh, I'm so excited to see these two go head-to-head. Twins and the Yankees going head-to-head, of course, in ALDS game 1 there. So that's it, guys. We have the entire set right there. ALDS is all set. The ones who are already set, as I mentioned already, Astros and to be determined, and Dodgers and to be determined. Those are the to be determined, but the already set ones are Cardinals and Braves and Twins and Yankees. So, Taryn, let's take a stab at it, man. Tonight, Brewers and Nationals. Who you got?
I I'm going to take the Nationals for this one. I think the Nationals are just a better team, and I think they're the hotter team overall. And the Brewers don't have Christian Yelich, which is really a bummer. But, if you're a Dodgers fan, you're kind of hoping the Brewers pull off the win, because I could see the Nationals, if the Nationals do win tonight, I think they can give the Dodgers problems in the next round. So as a Dodgers fan perspective, you want the Brewers, but for me, I'm taking the Nationals just because they've got their team together and they're peaking at the right time, and I can just see them, and they have the home field. So honestly, I could see them just taking the dub tonight.
That's a great prediction. You know what, Taryn, as much as I want to say the Brewers too, this team has gone through so much crap this year, and they have done such a great job. But the Nationals, I think, are just a little more complete, as you mentioned. And you know what, I would love to see them take on the Dodgers. What a series that'll be. And then on to tomorrow, the American League. Taryn, oh boy. The Rays, can we at least give this team an applause of how terrible they were not too long ago and how good they are now? I mean, seriously, they're fighting, and this is it, guys. The 163rd game. This is it. It comes down to one game for these teams. This is exciting because the Athletics this year, as we've seen in the AL West, Aaron, the Athletics were another team who had to fight, claw, and scratch to get to this point. So it's like, it's really a shame that one of these seasons have to end tonight for these teams. But I got my pick. But Taryn, who you got, man?
This one's going to be very close. I'm going to take the A's for this one, not just because they have the home field, but just like the Nationals, they're peaking at the right time as well, and they're battle-tested. And, honestly, I'd like to see an AL West matchup between the Oakland A's and the Houston Astros, just because, the Oakland A's could present problems to the Astros, because if you've seen in some games, their pitching has kind of gotten the better of the Astros, and some of the A's hitters like Chris Davis and Matt Olson have definitely shined against certain teams, one of which being the Astros. But you can't count the Rays. The Rays are in the always tough AL East. So I think that tomorrow's game is going to be really close. I think the A's pull it out by like 1 or 2 runs. I think they'll just squeak on by, and yeah.
I agree. I think the Athletics are going to be able to pull off a close game here. And the battle that they're going to bring to the Astros is going to be incredible. Not that I think the Astros are probably going to move on, but my gosh, if there was anybody to fight this team right now, it's going to be the Athletics. And dude, if they pulled off the upset, my gosh, I know Blake will be pissed. But I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a really good series. So anyway, moving forward. Okay, so since we picked the same teams, before we go ahead and move on to the WNBA, okay, so let's just go ahead and go with the series real quick. So, what do you think, Taryn? I mean, in the series right now, moving forward, now that we both picked the Nationals and the Athletics, all right, who you got, man? We have that would mean the Nationals and Dodgers, and in the NLDS, and also in the NLDS, Cardinals and Braves. So, which of those two do you have moving forward?
I would think Washington is definitely the hotter team if they face the Dodgers, as they've won 8 straight and they've won 9 of their last 10. At the same time, Dodgers are also pretty hot too. They've won 7 in a row and 8 of their last 10. But some of those teams that the Dodgers have faced have kind of been cakewalks. So honestly, it's tough to call. I think the Dodgers would win that series against the Nationals, but it would be a huge grind. It would just be like a battle night in and night from start to finish, and especially if the Dodgers pitching goes AWOL, because they've had some pitching issues, and Washington, as I've said, has really been playing great as of late. I think they're peaking at the right time. As for the the Astros and the A's, the Astros are definitely a complete team. They have really good pitching, really good hitting. Verlander's pretty good, and then Garrett Cole has just been a gem for the Astros pitching. I think the Astros, if they play the Oakland A's, win that series. But again, it would be a grind. And as for the Yankees and Twins, I take the Yankees as well. I think they have more postseason experience, and they're the more hungry team just because they want to win another pennant. It's been since 2012. I believe it was 2012 since they last won a pennant. It was 2012 or 2009, but it's been quite a while for the Yankees. So I think the Yankees. I got the Yankees, Astros, Dodgers, and I forgot the Braves and I forgot the Braves and Cardinals. I'll take the Braves as well because the Braves have been struggling a little bit, but the postseason is where they want to be. They want to definitely prove to everyone that them winning the NL East was no fluke, and they also want to prove to everyone that they can challenge the Dodgers, and we'll see how it goes.
Great stuff there. I mean, really, Terry, when it comes down to it, we have, I don't want to say they're set in stone, because they're not, but right now, it's kind of the tougher teams are there. It's just one of those things, right, Taryn? I mean, it's hard. You want to go with the underdog sometimes, but yeah, I'm going to think the Dodgers will take the series. And as much as I want to say the Cardinals are going to have a really good, really, really, really good chance at this, I think the Braves might just get this thing done early, man. I mean, the Braves are on one right now, and they're playing at a high level. Also, the Astros, they're going to move forward just because they're the freaking Astros, and this team is battle tested, man. They've won a series in the last couple of years. They're a strong, tough team. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't think the Twins are going to take it, but my gosh, wouldn't it be crazy? But the Yankees are just too good. The Yankees are too good. And there's a big possibility this Yankees team just may be in the series this year because of how talented they really are. So, good stuff there, Taryn. So, all right, moving forward now, WNBA action. Taryn, let's be real. You know what? As a matter of fact, Taryn, so we've been on for an hour straight. So, we got about another 30, 40 minutes left here in the show. So, let's do this. Take ourselves one break here. And, let's take ourselves a 10-minute. And then when we come back, let's go ahead and be ready to fly through the rest of the show, man. So, alrighty, y'all. With that said, you're listening to The Defining Moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll see you on the other side of this break after this.
Good evening, sports fans. This is me, your boy Larry B, bringing you yet another action-packed, wall-to-wall episode of The Defining Moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Phil Robinson here at IE Sports Radio, taking this moment to welcome you to storm down the lane on the Fast Break Show with me and my man Phil Jones right now.
Hey everybody, it's the host of the fastest show on IE Sports Radio, Daryl Kinsey Jr., and I'm welcoming you to take a lap of the extra mile with me and my co-hosts Lolita Camillo, Caitlin Seam, and Michael Ward as we go through all of the news and updates in NASCAR, Formula One, IndyCar, and more. That's the Extra Mile, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on IE Sports Radio.
Hello, lovelies. Caitlin Seam here, host of Not What It Seems, where nothing is off limits and no sport is safe. On IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Two Wheels Wednesday with Matt White, taking you inside the pit lane of British Superbike, World Superbike, and the big one, MotoGP.
Hey everyone, this is Felicia, the First Lady of IE Sports Radio and one of your esteemed co-hosts of Ring Rambling Radio, along with Martine Sandoval and Matt Petrushka, for all of your wrestling news and talk, from everything from WWE to Ring of Honor, All Elite Wrestling, New Japan, anything you like. Be sure to catch us right here on IE Sports Radio.
Hey there, hockey fans. This is Cal Henderson
with Nico Green.
And we are welcoming you to join us on the Neutral Zone presented by IE Sports Radio throughout the hockey season.
Buddy, let me tell you, hockey's never been hotter, and neither has the neutral zone.
You definitely don't want to miss it, so tune into youtube.com, IE Sports Radio, or IESportsRadio.com for all things that are hot.
Hey everyone, this your boy Phil Jones, co-host of the Unfiltered Truth with Phil Robinson III. Every Monday, 3:30, 6:30, and Tuesday, 5:30, 8:30 on IE Sports Radio. We're here to give you guys nothing but Raider news, breakdowns of both sides of the game, and interviews with active and former players and NFL analysts. Because we are here to give you nothing but the unfiltered truth. We want you guys to get the real stuff. So join us every Monday night and Tuesday night on IE Sports Radio.
What's going on, football fans? This is me, your boy Larry, inviting you to join myself, Callum Reynolds, Mike Pat, and John Felipe for one of the most electrifying football shows you have ever heard. 3 and Out, right here on IE Sports Radio. Recap of the week before, a preview of what's to come, and of course, 3 hardcore head-to-head primetime face-offs each week. You don't want to miss it.
You love racing, and we love racing. So join myself, Lolita Camello, with my co-hosts, Daryl Kinsey Jr., Caitlin C., and Michael Ward as we talk racing on the Extra Mile here every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern on the IE Sports Radio Network, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Oh yeah, if you're a fan of professional wrestling, if you're a fan of WWE, if you're a fan of All Elite Wrestling, if you're a fan of the sport of professional wrestling, you're in the right place. Hello, I am the SoCal Saint, Martin Sandoval, coming to you live with Ring Rambling Radio, along with the First Lady of IE Sports Radio, Felicia, and my good brother, Matt Petrushka. It's Ring Rambling Radio, part of IE Sports Radio. Dig it!
Hello and welcome to the Soccer Scoreboard Show with your host, Gabriel Montoya. This is the show for soccer, football fans, or whatever you call the beautiful game. Every week I tackle the latest and greatest news from around the soccer world, from the English Premier League to the World Cup to MLS, Liga MX, and more. You can listen to the Soccer Scoreboard Show and our lineup of fantastic guests every Friday at noon here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Are you a big fan of baseball? Well, then join us every Tuesday on the International Empire Sports Radio Network. I'm your host, Brandon Buckingham. I have my co-host, Karen Rodriguez, and Blake Henley. Join me every week when we will discuss the latest in sports. See you then.
What's up, IE Sports Radio family? This is John Felipe, one half of the Brothers Blue, coming to you from Charlotte, North Carolina. You can catch me on any one of those shows, on 3 and Out, on The Brothers Blue on YouTube, as well as IE Sports Radio, your home for all that is sports.
Warning, warning. The following opinions are not sanctioned by IE Sports Radio. The truth is a beautiful thing. We would never twist it, nor will it ever be sugar-coated. So prepare yourself. I'm Phil Robinson, he's Phil Jones, and this is The Unfiltered Truth.
Hello, this is Michael Ward from The Extra Mile, and you're listening to IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey, IE Sports Radio family, this your boy, Mr. Gumbo himself, Caleb Fat Mac Reynolds. What up? You know I'm part of the Defining Moment NBA segment and also 3 and Out. Holla at your boy from the Big Easy all the way to your front door. This is IE Sports Radio, your home for all that is sports.
Hey guys, it's Blake Henley, better known as H-Town Blake to some of you. Happy to announce that Bases Loaded is back and in full force. We'll be bringing that high heat every Tuesday night here on IE Sports Radio. So come home, get ready, dig into that batter's box, and see if you can chase that high heat, baby. So we'll be coming to you live with all the stats, all the rundowns, all the division rivalries, and every team that's going to make the playoff push to get to that one and only October and get to the pinnacle of what baseball is, to hoist that commissioner's trophy when it's all said and done.
This is your Bautista, the Kurt Man. You can catch me each month alongside Vince Wright, sports governor of Minnesota talking boxing on IE Sports Radio.
Hello, sports fans. This is Mike Pat, co-host of 3 and Out NFL Edition, editor of the IE Sports Radio blog, diehard Redskins fan, alumni of the Florida State University, and all-around sports fanatic. Come check out my stuff and more on IE Sports Radio, your feed for all that is sports.
Hey, this your boy Phil Jones, also the host of The Fast Break Show, with Phil Robinson III joining me as my sidekick as always. Look, we come at you guys every Friday night at 5 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern. Look, we give you guys all the latest NBA news from NCAA as well and the WNBA. We also let you guys know pregame, injuries, whatever you need to know for basketball, for your fantasy league as well. So look, y'all tune in for the Fast Break Show every Friday night at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern on IE Sports Radio. Y'all take care.
What's good, everybody? My name is Taryn Rodriguez, co-host for Bases Loaded. You can catch me, Brandon Buckingham, and Blake Henley on Bases Loaded at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on IE Sports Radio. It's sure to be a grand slam.
This is Matt Petrushko, one half of the Good Brothers of Ring Ramblin' Radio, with Martine Sandoval and Felicia Ruizrager, and you can catch us each month talking everything wrestling right here on IE Sports Radio, your home for all that is sports.
Do you love college football? And do you want to hear a college football show dedicated to all that is college football, including junior college and the CCAA and the NJCAA, the NAIA, and the NCAA, including Division III, Division II, Division I AA in the FCS, and Division I Single A in the FBS? Well then, look no further. Join myself, Larry B., and my colleagues, Mr. H-Town Blake Henley, and Mr. Christian Espinoza, each week during the college football season for the latest in college football on 3 and Out College Edition, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Drivers, start your engines. Auto racing takes many forms, from the close quarter contact of NASCAR
to the high-speed, high-risk atmosphere of IndyCar,
all the way to the pinnacle of technology with the Formula One World Championship.
No matter if you prefer the high banks of Daytona,
the concrete canyons of Long Beach,
or the flowing curves of the Nürburgring.
The international language of motorsports is simple. Go fast,
run hard,
and come home first.
So join us, myself, Daryl Kinsey Jr.,
Lolita Camello,
and Michael Ward,
on a world tour of all the best motorsports has to offer on the Extra Mile, Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, only on your home for all that is sports, IE Sports Radio.
From the home plate to the nets, the end zone to the finish line, here nothing is off limits and no sport is safe. Not what it seems, with your host Caitlin Seam, bringing you sports like you've never heard before. Catch me Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, right here on IE Sports Radio. The only question is, are you ready?
Attention, all sports fans! If you're someone who wakes up each morning with a list of sporting events to go along with your to-do list for the day, then you just might be a diehard. The world of sports is as vast as the ocean is deep, including the major leagues, the minor leagues, the college, and everything in between. This is me, your boy Larry B of IE Sports Radio, welcoming you to join me every Monday evening at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on The Defining Moment, a show that focuses on what really matters in the sports world, sports themselves, and nothing outside of them. Once again, tune in for The Defining Moment with me, your boy Larry B, every Monday evening at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on IE Sports Radio, right here on Spreaker.com. We'll see you there.
Welcome back, sports fans. Well, here you go. We have had a great little time so far here on air today. Glad to be back, and my gosh, it is crazy to think it's almost been a month, but we're really excited to be back. And I was just telling Taryn right now the craziness of my master's degree and everything I've been doing, so it's been crazy. But once again, God is great. By the grace of God, everything's fine. So, just getting through all this though. But anyway, let's continue with things here now into the WNBA finals. And Taryn, my gosh, I mean, we were pulling for our Sparks, man, but they just couldn't get it done versus versus Connecticut.
Yeah, that was pretty disappointing, and I guess the Pyramid isn't really the best home court advantage for the Sparks as well, because I believe it was like the Emmys were being played at Staples Center, or some sort of award show was being played at the Staples Center, so they had to move the WNBA home game to the Pyramid at Long Beach State. So yeah, it was a tough one for the Sparks, but they finished atop of the Western Conference, but unfortunately this fell just a little short. So that's a bummer.
Does. It sucks. But you know what, man? I congratulations to these ladies, man. They balled out all season long. Candace Parker, you're still the woman. I'll tell you that. She's still getting down. Very proud of her. But dude, what was that? That was a clean sweep, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in three games. Sadly.
And then
they almost had that first game. The second game was just a train wreck, and then the third game, they just couldn't really recover, especially in the second half.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer there. But after that, we move on to the other game, man. The other series, the other WNBA semifinals, and man, this thing went all the way to 4 games, but even those tough aces who we really thought were going to get going just couldn't do it, man. The Mystics came ready to play. They were hungry, and they pulled out that game 4, 94-90 on the road in Las Vegas. And when it comes down to it, man, we do have the best 2 teams playing each other right now.
Yeah, we definitely do. These are the top 2 teams in the WNBA, number 1, number 2. Once again, I did give the Sparks a chance to be the dark horse, but the sun just pretty much extinguished the darkness. So with that pretty much said, the Mystics, they're pretty much my favorite, and they're up, as you're going to be explaining it right now.
I'm pretty sure that the Mystics are going to win this thing, but dude, Connecticut, you can't slight this team, though. You can't. I mean, they've played so well, but the dominance of Deladon, man. Like, this woman plays that 5 position so well, does she not?
Yeah, she's pretty much a force. And she's definitely made Washington a really good team. And it's just amazing because once again she was voted the MVP of the WNBA. So and she's definitely living up to that reputation, and she's definitely proving why the Mystics are the number 1 seed.
She really is, and they took the game number 1 on Sunday, 95-86, and we move on to game number 2 tonight. They are still in Washington before the series shifts on over to Connecticut on Sunday. And right now, Taryn, after that victory in game 1, what are you expecting tonight? Do you think the Sun can bounce back and get a nice victory here on the road to take it back 1-1 on Sunday? Or do you really feel the Mystics are going to be able to win out at home and be like, nah, like this is us, we're going to get this going? Remember, it's best of 3. Well, if you win 3, you win. It's best of 5. So if you win this thing, if they win this thing, they're 1 game away. And then game 3 will be Sunday. Next Tuesday will be game 5 if necessary. And that's pretty much the end of the season. After that, game 5 will be Thursday, back in Washington. So one more time, my apologies for mixing everything up there. Tonight we have game 2 in Washington. The series will then bounce to Connecticut on Sunday for game 3. After that, on Tuesday, the series will stay in Connecticut for game number 4, and then game number 5, they go back to Washington. So, this kind of sucks the way it's structured, because to think it'd be kind of cool to see the Mystics win it at home, unless they were pushed to game 5. But you know something? Maybe it will go to game 5. I don't know. Taryn, give me a realistic, I'm talking about 100% super duper crazy, all over the place, not all over the place, strict and dirty version of this. What do you think, man? All trying to be nice aside, what do you think, Taryn? Do you think the Mystics are going to sweep this thing, or do you think that the Connecticut Sun is actually come out and fight, and this thing may even go to 5 games? What do you think?
I think the Connecticut Sun will at least take 1 game, but their defense is pretty much going to have to contain Elena Deladon. You can't really stop her. You can only hope to contain her. Jonquel Jones is going to need to have a big game. If she averages 14.6 points per game, and she's shooting 44.8% from the field, she's also the Suns' best rebounder with 9.7 rebounds per game, and she's definitely going to. And yeah, Jones is going to need to have a big game. Jasmine Thomas is going to need to run the point really well. And you also have to watch out for Natasha Cloud of the Mystics as well. She's pretty much the point guard and the quarterback of the Mystics. So I think the Mystics will take this series. I think they'll take it in 4 games. But don't be surprised if Connecticut manages to make it a series, because they didn't get this far for nothing. They definitely have earned some respect in the WNBA.
Absolutely. What did Tom Brady say before, man? We didn't come this far just to come this far?
Yeah, something like that. And as he also said, we're still here. We're still here.
Yeah. There you go, man. Well, I remember that, but Brady is the dude, man. And look, man, really this week is going to be very simple. Very simple indeed, Taryn. Who is going to, in this case, woman up? I mean, Taryn, let's be realistic, man. If the Sun really wants this, they can have it, can they?
Yeah, and losing by 9 isn't that terrible. Your defense has to step up. It has to against a team like the Mystics. You can easily put up 80 or more points, but against the Mystics, your defense has to step up to the plate. No questions asked.
Absolutely.
But it does help that they have Jones, who leads the league in rebounding, like I said, with 9.7 boards per game. But it also doesn't help that Deladon is also one of the top 5 in 3-point percentage. So, but then again, you also have Alyssa Thomas, who's 3rd in steals per game. So. And then Jonquel Jones leads the league in blocks with 2 blocks per game. So she's going to need to step up, and then as well as Alyssa Thomas. So we'll see what happens. But, you know, and then you also have to watch out for Emma Mieserman, who's top 5 in field goal percentage. So overall, Washington just has a huge balance is huge offensively. So if anything, Connecticut has to step up their defense. No questions asked.
I think so, and you know, for that reason, Taryn, I think this goes 5, dude.
It wouldn't surprise me if it went 5, you know, especially if the Sun were to steal a game on the road. So, again, we'll see what happens tonight.
I think the Sun might win it tonight, man. 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Taryn, let's get ready for a battle, man, because I think these ladies are going to go heads up. I'm so serious. So, it's going to... Last year, dude, Sue Bird taking on Diana Taurasi. I mean, dude... That was epic. Okay, last year's WNBA playoffs were unreal. They were unreal. I loved those playoffs last year. That final was incredible. Sue Bird just shows she is the woman. She's amazing. But once again, you know, out there this year, neither is Taurasi and her sons. So, and her sons, and I'm thinking of Phoenix and her Mercury. I'm thinking of the Phoenix Suns. But anyway, with that said, y'all. That's pretty much it for the WNBA, but there are thoughts, and we got lots to look forward to in that. So let's go ahead and shift gears, no pun intended, into some auto sports. And first things first, let's give a gigantic applause to Joseph Newgarden. He will win his second IndyCar championship in his career, of course, and his first one since 2017. He, won it all 2 years ago and won it all again this year. He had 4 victories this year, and he finished with 641 points. So congratulations, man. He will get it done. Great job to him. Colton Huerta will actually win the race a couple weeks ago with at the Monterey Grand Prix. He would, of course, finish first. He would earn a second career victory and, do really well the second of the season because he is his rookie year. So, not too bad. 2 wins in your rookie year. Taryn, your thoughts on Colton Huerta's rookie year and, of course, then go on to Joseph Newgarden's dominance this year.
You know, it's just quite amazing. You know, Joseph Newgarden winning his second IndyCar championship in his first since 2017. It's amazing. Now, it's a long time coming. That's like a 2-year wait. 2-year wait, depending on which month and which day it happened on. But you know, he's probably been itching to get that monkey off his back. So there's that, and yeah.
He's a beast, dude. Joseph Newgarden has come so far in his career. I mean, this young man has been driving for a while now. He's actually right around our age, Taryn. He's closer to my age. He's 28, so he's right in the middle. Would you look at that? 28. But man, he's been driving for a couple of years now. He has how many starts now? I believe. I want to take a quick look here. Wiki Magic, y'all. Wiki Magic. So, he has run 133 races over 6 years. So, dude, he's in his 6th year, and he's already won 2 titles. I mean, he has 14 wins total, and 14 wins total, 29 podiums, and he's gotten 8 poles in his career and 2 championships. In 6 years, Taryn, it's not too bad, is it?
Yeah, it's really good. It really is, honestly. It's really good, and I think that deserves the applause button.
I think it does. This young man has fought so well. He's done such a great job in his career. And also, Colton Huerta, he's a youngster. I think he's like 20. I don't know how old he is, but no, he's not. He's not very old. But great job there to get the victory. And great start to what should be a great career. This guy is promising. He's gotten 2 victories already in his rookie year. So that's already moving forward. Once again, Wiki Magic, y'all. Let's see. Let's take a quick look here and see where he's a youngster, dude. He's 19 years old, man. So think about that, Darren. You're just starting out your rookie year. You may not have won it all, but you got 2 wins in your very first year in doing this. Not a bad day at the office for this season, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And he has his whole entire career to come. He could possibly win the ESPY award for Rookie of the Year, but that's not going to be for like a while.
Well, that would be pretty awesome though if he did. So, with that said, let's take a look here at some NASCAR. Actually, let's take one before we close the door for good on the IndyCar season. Well, for this season, let's take a look here at the championship. And, by the way, the podium was Huerta, Will Power, and Scott Dixon. And then in the points, it was actually Joseph Newgarden with 641, Simon Pagenaud with 616, and Alexander Rossi with 608. So that was the final this year for all those drivers. And congratulations to each of them. They did so well. And I'm just really, really excited for next year already because IndyCar is something to get excited about. Formula 1 is about as boring as it gets right now because we already know who's going to win the damn thing like every year, which is really kind of annoying. The NHRA is about as unpredictable as it gets, which is why I love the NHRA, and it's only just a few seconds per race. It is awesome. I love it. And then on top of that, and then NASCAR. NASCAR is pretty unpredictable, which is where we're going next. So moving on over to NASCAR. So congratulations once again to Justin Newgarden getting another title, and that will close the door on this season of IndyCar. So, moving forward, Taryn, what if I told you that there were 4 drivers eliminated this week in NASCAR in the playoffs?
It wouldn't be surprising since the playoffs have started.
Well, there you have it, man. We had the Roval. Awesome track. And last year we had the very first Roval ever. I think it was Denny Hamlin just got past Jimmy Johnson at the very end. I think he spun him or something. I forgot what it was, but it was a crazy ending. I seriously forgot the ending. It was something like that, though. All I know is the Roval is awesome, and this year the Roval will belong to Chase Elliott. What a job by this youngster. He has done it, of course, the son of legendary driver Bill Elliott. He would win it all a couple weeks ago in Darlington, I believe so. And then this week he gets it done, man. Gets another victory. Really great job. He does a really cool kind of original burnout where he burns the tires against the wall and then he just lets his car go and he jumps out and the car hits the wall. It's kind of funny. But I'd be like, if I was the owner, like, hey, you're paying for that. But I'm just kidding. But his 6th career victory, guys, and his 2nd of the season. Like I said, I think his first one was at Darlington, but that's his 6th career victory. He'll win it all at the Bank of America Roval 400 in Charlotte. What a great victory there, and just awesome job. So he solidifies his ticket on to the next round. And, well, Darren, those next 12 drivers are as follows. So, we have here Kyle Busch, as we knew he would be going to the next round. Montrose Jr., pretty much the same deal. Denny Hamlin will move on. Joey Logano will move on. Kevin Harvick will move on. Chase Elliott will move on. Brad Keselowski will move on. Kyle Larson will move on. Alex Bowman will move on. Ryan Blaney will move on. William Byron will move on. And Clint Boyer will move on. And as for the drivers who were eliminated, so sorry, but best of luck next year to the following: Jones, Almirola, Newman, and how come I'm not seeing the 4th? Okay, apparently I can't read or something. But, that is the, let's see, where is that 4th driver at? Harvick. Actually, no, Harvick is moving on. Well, okay, I guess couldn't see that 4th one. Whatever. Anyway, I'm sorry, Kurt Busch. Sorry, Kurt Busch will be eliminated. So, Kurt Busch, Almirola, Newman, and Jones. So, best luck to you guys next season. Keep racing hard, though, because, hey, still victories are victories. Fortunately, you won't be able to hoist the big trophy coming up. But still, awesome job for all those drivers making it to the round of 16 in the first place. And now we're off to the next 3 races. And these are going to be some good ones, man. They've been so far, but we have got some great racing ahead of us. as we are going to go to Dover. We have the Monster Mile coming up. Then we're going to the Dega, and that's going to be fun, to Talladega. And then for the last race of this stint of the round of 12, we will go to Kansas. So that's going to be really exciting. After that, we'll have the round of 8. And we'll go Martinsville, Texas, and Phoenix. And then, of course, the championship 4 will end in Miami. So here we go, man. Of course, Homestead, Miami. So we literally have... I had to count real quick. But yeah, I mean, Taryn, we have only 7 races to go in this season. And just a few more stints. The round of 12, the round of 8, and of course the championship 4. Right now, who has your eye?
You know, all those racers pretty much have their eye. It all depends on which one puts the pedal to the metal and which one pretty much kicks it into high gear. You know, I don't mean to use dad jokes, but honestly, you know, it's kind of the truth, because you never know which one can finish strong and which one will burn out.
I think right now that Big 4 is still very much relevant like last year. I think Kyle Busch is going to go. Martin Truex is going to go. Without a doubt, I seriously think that, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., without a doubt, those two are going to be the heavy hitters. And Kevin Harvick, for sure, I think, is going to be going to the dance, at least to the next round. And really, right now, I mean, the defending champ is still in there. Joey Logano is still in there. And he's every bit of the driver that you would expect. I mean, this guy is just... He's done so much this year. Last year he did enough to win. He was incredible. He was only one of the big 3 that didn't win. I mean, it's hilarious. The big 3 were going at it last year, and he would be the 4th driver. That was like the odd man out, and he would actually win it. So it was pretty funny. But this year, I think Rowdy is probably going to be the favorite. I've become a fan of that guy, man. I love it because he's he don't give a crap. He's a tough driver. But also Martin Truex Jr., another great driver we'll see there. I mean, Keselowski's won a championship in the last couple of years. Harvick, I can't remember the last time he won one, or if he ever has, but this is going to be really... Then you have the youngsters in there, man. So this is going to be really exciting to see these guys go head-to-head. But we're moving on. We'll see. Round of 12 begins. We're off to the round of 8. And the championship 4. Let's have some fun moving forward, guys. So, all right. With that said, let's go ahead and moving on over now into Formula 1 and the brief 5 minutes that we'll be staying here. Lewis Hamilton does it again. He didn't win for a few races. Oh no. And then he comes back. Yay. Lewis Hamilton does again. He will earn his 82nd career victory. Can we get the applause button? My gosh, that is incredible. 82nd career victory in the 9th of the season. 9th. Guys, only 20 races. He's already won 9. This is incredible. 9th of the season. I think we're already in race 14 right now or something like that. We're getting close to getting close to the end, but still incredible, right? 9th season or 9th victory of the season, and he'll do it. He takes the checkered flag in the Russian Grand Prix, gets it done, and that was pretty much that. As of right now in Formula 1, it's kind of irrelevant. Even talk about the standings. I'm going to do it anyway. But just know that this is a waste of time. Because really, there's nothing really... I mean, seriously, there's nothing... there's nothing to even talk about. Hamilton, 322 points. The closest driver to him is his very own teammate, Valtteri Bottas, at 249 points. I'm sorry, this is really funny. Homeboy almost has a 100-point lead on this guy. This is incredible. Maybe not entirely, but I'm just saying, okay, what does he need? 25 more points? something like that. 25, 26, 27, somewhere around there. Not the math, but right around off the top of my head. I mean, this is incredible. One more win, he's going to be up there, unless Bottas, gets second. Or he gets a victory. Bottas gets a victory. But regardless of that, Charles Leclerc doing big things, man. Winning the Italian Grand Prix a few weeks ago. That's right. Forza Ferrari. Very proud of him. And he's a youngster coming on up, but he will currently be in third at 215 points. Then we have Max Verstappen with 212. And Sebastian Vettel, who won a race a couple weeks ago for Ferrari, with 194. And seriously, that's really it. There's nobody else even that close after that. And then the constructor is just over. You have 571 points for Mercedes. Get out of here, man. Ferrari has 409. Yeah. How close is this race, guys? Then you have Red Bull with 311 and McLaren with 101. It doesn't get any closer. I mean, well, towards the bottom, yeah, but this is just kind of sad. I'd love to see Formula One be more competitive, because this is just kind of ridiculous. So, anyway, Taryn, any thoughts on this just oddness of Formula One right now?
Well, as unfair and as one-sided as it's been, it's definitely impressive to see Lewis Hamilton just straight up dominating. Pretty soon we're going to need to have him face true speed demons like Sonic the Hedgehog and all those other characters. But
that was a good one. I'm sorry, that was a good one.
It's definitely impressive that he's picked up his 82nd career victory in his 9th season, in the 9th of this season. So hats off to him.
I mean, seriously, Taryn, what? You might as well, dude. Let's just start making Formula One funny, because there's nothing else to do with it. It's over. It's over. My gosh. What is it? One more win or two more wins or whatever? He's gonna clinch the series. He's gonna clinch the victory. It's over. The championship is over. He's won. It's over. So yeah, there's nothing more to say. I know I keep on beating a dead horse here, but really, guys, it's kind of sucky. Nothing. I am a big fan of Lewis Hamilton. This guy is awesome. He has done it, and honestly think he can go on and win. I think he can surpass Schumacher if he wants to, or Schumacher. I'm sorry, Michael Schumacher. If he wants to stay in that long and win 2 more, I think he can go over 100 wins. I think he can be one of the greatest drivers ever. But if he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to. Lewis has done everything he needs to do in Formula One. He's won 5 championships already. Like I said, what? Does he want to go after that record? He's so close. Why not? Serena Williams, she's 1 away. From tying and 2 away from winning. From being the greatest tennis player of all time to win 25. In my opinion, she's already got my vote for being, one of the greatest for sure. The most dominant. In an era, of course, I forgot the woman. I don't know if it was Steffi Graf. I forgot who it was who has the record right now, or she is past Steffi Graf. But anyway, but I'm just saying the dominance is there, guys. So anyway, with that said, let's move forward because we spent way too long on Formula One. Anyway, after that, we're going on to the NHRA and moving forward to the Midwest Nats. We are already in the countdown to 1. And I am so excited for the countdown to 1 because it is just an awesome spectacle. I love NHRA so much. I haven't kept up with it in the last couple of weeks. My apologies. But I have definitely got to say that the countdown to 1 is on and popping. And we have here the results, courtesy of NHRA.com. We have the results of the Midwest Nats. So let's go ahead and scroll down and find those real quick. And we found them. Alright. Alright, so here we go. The AAA Insurance NHRA Midwest Nationals. Congratulations to all of the champs, or the Wally winners, in this event here, in this race. And we will start with the bottom here. Well, not the bottom, but we'll start with Pro Stock Motorcycle. And I think this is actually her first ever. And if it isn't her first ever, then my gosh, but she deserves a big victory here. Karen Stouffer, nice job. Look at this victory here in Pro Stock Motorcycle. Getting it done, defeating Andrew Hines. Not an easy dude to beat. Look at that. reaction time of .022. And her victory, look at this, 6.869 at 197.7 miles per hour. She barely won this thing, because look at Andrew Hines, .024 reaction time, just 0.2 of a second off. Then you have, her time, 6.869, and Andrew Hines, 6.876. She just went a little bit faster. 197.74, and Hines went 196.59. I mean, seriously, at this point in time, I don't even know what that was. It's the fact that he's just a little bit heavier. Seriously, because that was a very close race. I have no idea, but that is incredible. So congratulations to her, and definitely just a great job by, once again, Karen Stouffer. I don't know. I have no idea if that's her first one ever. Of course, I've been an NHRA fan for a while, but, haven't kept up with it too super close like that. Next up, another lady gets it done, and this one is very well known. Miss Erica Enders gets it done in Pro Stock. Her reaction time, .018 at 6.598 seconds, and her time was 208.36 miles per hour. And then we have Matt Hartford, right? She would defeat Matt Hartford. His reaction time was literally on the tree, but her car was faster apparently, because he was at .003 reaction time. He was almost right with the dang tree when it turned green, except for his time was 6.621 at 207.3 miles per hour. So, I mean, that's incredible to think that, it was that close. It was seriously that close. That is an incredibly close time. Great reaction time there by, great reaction time by Matt Hartford, but just wasn't enough. Erica Enders definitely had a faster car there, and she got it done. She's just a great driver. So, anyway, next up here, so Ladies' Day, or Ladies' Night, whatever you want to call it, was pretty darn good there. But go on over to Funny Car. We have Sean Langdon, who won this thing, over J.R. Todd. Close reaction times, another really close race. .072 reaction time for Sean Langdon, and it would be 4.068 his time at 310.41 miles per hour. J.R. Todd was .077. At 4 seconds, his reaction time was once again .077, and his time was 4.276 at a speed of 223.2 miles per hour. So, wow. I have no idea how that race would even look, because the times were, the speed was so opposite. But I don't know, maybe J.R. Todd had a really good start, but the reaction time doesn't show it. So I have no idea how that even worked. Whatever, but regardless, great job. Sean Landon gets it done. And then on the Top Fuel, oh, here we go. Guess who? Billy Torrance, baby. This guy gets it done. The father of Steve Torrance. No sweep for Steve this year. And the cool part about this race was, Taryn, guess who Billy Torrance took on in the final?
Who?
His son, Steve Torrance.
That was actually my first guess.
That was awesome, man. A father and son battle here. I wish you could have seen it. And, well, the father will school the son, even though his reaction time wasn't there. .079 Billy Torrance will, lose that battle to his son, because Steve Torrance had .068 there. Billy Torrance will win, though, at 3.835 his time. Steve Torrance was at 4.374, and the speed difference was just way off, because Billy Torrance won at 319.76 miles per hour, as Steve Torrance will lose at 195.93 miles per hour. So, there are your winners there are your Wally winners for the Midwest Nats. And, well, we are heading off to the NTK NHRA Carolina Nationals coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend, as we continue on to the countdown to 1. We have this race, We have the AAA Texas NHRA Fall Nationals. We have the Dodge NHRA, what is this? The Dodge NHRA Nationals presented by Pennzoil, and then we're coming full circle, and I am really trying to be in attendance for this. The Auto Club NHRA Nationals, I really hope I get to go this year because they're coming back to Pomona, baby, and that's the weekend of November 14th through the 17th, and I would love to go and enjoy that day of racing. So, with that said, or at least the finals, because, I mean, I know it's expensive for all of it, but anyway, I am on a budget, doing my best. Anyway, with that said, here we go, guys. So that's a little bit of auto sports coming your way. As a matter of fact, we'll talk briefly about MotoGP and just the dominance of Marc Marquez just continuing to dominate. I mean, he hasn't won every race this year, but he's certainly won enough. He's leading the entire MotoGP right now, courtesy of the MotoGP app. Let's look at the standings, because it is just incredible. He has, let's see here, 300 points. I mean, seriously. This guy has 300 freaking points. I think he has 300 points. I don't know. Let me go take a look here. 300 freaking points. So, yeah, he's, good. Then we have Andrea Dovizioso with 202 points, and Alex Rins with 176 points. After that, let's see here, Danilo Petrucci with 155 points, and then Maverick Vinales with 147 points. So, not a whole bunch going on there in the MotoGP world. This week we had no race, but next week we'll return for the Thailand Grand Prix coming up here. Final 5 races of the season. As we know, Marc Marquez is probably not going to be caught at all, but hey, I guess everyone gets another chance next year. But as far as this goes, he's pretty much probably going to win it all, so just saying. So, anyway, with that said, let's go ahead and move it on now into a little bit of, let's see. So, any thoughts on the NHRA or the MotoGP before I move on real quick, Taryn?
No, not really. I mean, I'm just looking forward to all the races that's coming up, and especially with the season winding down. So, yeah.
It's going to be pretty neat. Really excited for this moving forward. Also, I want to take a quick look, guys. This is my first year really trying to take a stab at rugby. Last year, I was covering a little bit of the MLR, and I'll be doing the same thing coming up on... or we'll be doing the same thing in January. It's a long 6-month season, but going to be an awesome one, so we'll be taking a look at that coming up. But this year right now, the World Cup, or the Rugby World Cup, if you will, is underway, and I'm not even sure how this thing works. I really don't. But we'll just take a look right now at, the World Cup as it sits. So... I'm going to just go ahead and recap. There's been a lot of games, guys, so bear with me. But these are going to go back to, I believe, Friday the 20th is when it all began. So let's go ahead and do a quick little recap here. Japan defeats Russia 30-10. After that, Australia defeats Fiji 39-21. France defeats Argentina 23-21. Close game there. New Zealand defeats South Africa 23-13. Italy, nice one, will defeat Namibia 47-22. Ireland defeats Scotland. No, that's got to be a battle, but it wasn't. Ireland, look at this, 27-3 over Scotland. England defeats Tonga 35-3. Wales defeats Georgia 43-14. Samoa defeats Russia 34-9. Uruguay defeats Fiji 30-27. Italia does it again. Italy defeats Canada 48-7. And then we have here, let's see, moving forward, England. Look at this. England defeats the USA here 45-7. I mean, talk about a beat down there. So tough one for the US, but great victory there for England. Then we have Argentina defeating Tonga 28-12. Japan defeating Ireland 19-12. South Africa defeating Namibia 57-3. Georgia defeating Uruguay 33-7. Wales defeating Australia 29-25. Scotland will take out their frustration after they lost to Ireland on Samoa. Look at that. 34-0, and that is it for right now. Moving up, or coming up here, we have actually tonight. It's an early morning game. I'm not quite sure where it is, but it's got to be extremely early. So I'm not sure where the cup is being held, but it's 12:45 a.m. Pacific time, 3:45 a.m. Pacific time, Eastern time. France will be taking on the U.S., so let's go USA. And also, in tomorrow, we have New Zealand taking on Canada and Georgia taking on Fiji. So those are the coming games for tomorrow, Wednesday, October 2nd. And once again, like I said, it's got to be somewhere on the other side of the world because these times are crazy for us. So 12:45 a.m. Pacific time, 3:15 a.m. Pacific time, and 10:15 p.m. Pacific time. So this has got to be like in Australia or something. But yeah, it's crazy to think that, these teams are going head-to-head. I got to take a quick look here and see where it is. Let's see. I think this is in Japan. I think it is. I really think it is, because I see the stadium name here. And Fukuoka, I believe. I don't want to butcher the name, but Hakatsunomori Stadium. I don't want to butcher the name, but I think that might be Japan. And if it is in Japan, well, that explains the crazy times. So, anyway, congratulations to all the teams who have won so far and who are looking pretty strong. And we have the pools here, but we'll get into that for more next week. Other than that, Darren, any thoughts on the Rugby World Cup so far?
No, other than the U.S., you might want to step your game up because, rugby is a tough sport, and you got to prove to all of us Americans that you got to be tough. So get after it. Get her done.
Please do. Gosh darn it. All right, so next up, we have here a little bit of Soccer Press. It is the Soccer Press portion of the show. Here we go, it's Aaron. We are getting into the NWSL. And any particular teams you like to rant on this time, Darren?
Well, I will say this. I think my rant on the Chicago Stars really worked because ever since they lost those two games to Orlando and Utah, they only lost one game, and that was to the Portland Thorns. And now they're in second place. They finished second in the NWSL, so that's quite amazing. Same with the Galaxy, and the Galaxy still have one more game to possibly clinch at least a home game. They do face Houston. I expect the Galaxy to come out ready to go for that game because you definitely want to have a home game, and possibly you could face LAFC in the semifinals if that's how it works, or the second round. But overall, it's great that the Galaxy turned it around. Big shout out to Damian Calhoun, who's been covering the LA Galaxy this year. And another interesting matchup would probably be Minnesota and Seattle. Whoever wins between those two will probably end up getting second unless they both tie. And then if that happens, well, then that's going to be disappointing. But, you never know. Both teams are identical in terms of record. In terms of records. They're both 15-8 and 15. Both teams have 15 wins, 8 draws, and 10 losses, and they both have 53 points. The Galaxy have 51 points. So if the Galaxy somehow overtake both those, if those two tie, and then the Galaxy somehow jump those two, I'll be highly impressed.
Well, we haven't got to the MLS yet, but we will get there. So,
okay.
Good stuff. It's okay. But NWSL. So as of right now, we have here this past week, on Sunday. We had some pretty good matchups. Spirit will defeat the Courage on Saturday, 2-1, and then we have the Stars defeating the Royals 2-1. After that, on Sunday, we have the Sky Blue and the Pride 1-1 there, and then the Reign will defeat the Thorns in the Cascadia Cup. You gotta love it. Good battle there. 2-0. The Reign get it done. Talk about a great victory for this team. And then moving on to this week, we have the Pride taking on the Spirit on Saturday, and then that's it. We have one more week after this on the 12th. All teams play on the same day, on Saturday. Courage take on Sky Blue. Pride takes on the Reign. Royals take on the Dash, and the Thorns take on the Spirit. And that's it. So we already have 2 teams that are in. The Courage will be facing to be determined, and the Red Stars will be to be determined, and that's about it. These 2 teams are locked in. They are way ahead. Well, actually, as of right now, they're not locked in just yet. I think they could still fall. We'll see. Maybe not. I don't know. But as of right now, the teams on the outside looking in, so we have the Courage with 46 points and Chicago with 44 points. Then we have Portland with 39 and the Reign with 37. And then that's pretty much it, because I don't think anybody's going to be able to catch after that. So I think they're just trying to see who's going to play who. From the Thorns and the Reign, and that's pretty much it, because once again, they're just kind of back right now at 31, and then everyone else is beneath that. So as of right now, I think they're just trying to figure out who second place is, or third place is going to be to take on that number 1 seed. I think that's how it works. To take on the number 2 seed. But as of right now, Portland and the Reign. So we have here coming up once again Saturday, or one more game. Here we go. And the Reign will be on the road taking on the Pride. And the Pride, just, unfortunately, they haven't had the best season. They're currently last place right now. And then we have the Thorns taking on the Spirit, who they've been a little bit better. I mean, but definitely right now not a playoff contending team. They are currently in 6th place, and that's about it. So, what do you think right now, man? The Thorns take on the Spirit at home, and then the Reign take on the Pride on the road. What do you think, man? You think, and then don't forget, Seattle needs 2 more points. So, even if Portland pretty much has to tie. If Portland wins, then I believe they'll be taking on the Red Stars, but once again, I don't know if that's how they're going to do it, 1st versus 4th and 2nd versus 3rd. But if that's the deal and that's how it goes, then, just taking a stab at it here. But that means Chicago will take on Portland, and the Thorns will take on the Courage. And as of right now, the Thorns basically have to go on the road and win over the Pride, and then Portland has to defeat... Portland just has to draw, if anything. I mean, a win for them, they're good to go, or a loss for the Reign, and that's it. So, what do you think, Taryn? What do you got going forward into this?
Well, as the Chicago Red Stars exemplified earlier in the season, nothing is guaranteed in the NWSL. No wins are guaranteed. Portland's just got to go out there and just get it done. There's no excuse. Last week of the season, and then you basically, no matter where it's at, who you're facing, you just got to get it done. The Portland Thorns definitely need this win. They can't afford to mess up against Washington, and the Reign also need. If anything, the Reign just need to finish on a high note. Whether Portland wins or not, they definitely want to build some momentum going into the playoffs. And for the Red Stars, it's great to see that they managed to snap out of their funk after they lost to Sky Blue and the Orlando Pride. I don't mean to brag and say I'm the one that said it, but I'm glad. I think my rant kind of jolted them, possibly. But it just goes to show you that nothing is guaranteed in sports. No wins are going to be handed to you on a silver platter. You got to go out there and you got to get her done. That's it, man. So here we go. I'm pretty sure your rant charged them up to go, man. So definitely good stuff there. And on to the MLS. Well, decision day is upon us. We are just a few days away, and here we go. So, Houston and the Galaxy. How important is this game? I mean, it could be important because the Galaxy don't pull their head out of their behind. But overall, Houston is playing for pride right now to knock the Galaxy lower. And as of right now, the Galaxy, I mean, they're pretty much sealed in. Not going to fall out. You got to be top 6. They're in good enough right now with 51 points in 4th place. So that's pretty much just, whatever type of game. But a win would still be nice because I think they could still actually move up because they are trailing Seattle by 2. Now, who is Seattle facing, you may say? Well, let's take a look here. Seattle will be taking on Minnesota. And Minnesota is certainly no slouch.
as, they are currently, let's see, where are they? They are currently second place of the West. So, they, as you know, they're not going to go any higher. They can lose, they can definitely fall back, but they are tied with Seattle. So, this would be crazy to see if Seattle actually loses and the Galaxy wins. That would be kind of neat. I want to see what happens if they get a tie. That would be incredible. I don't even know how that would work. I guess goal differentials, I guess, or of course the record. But at that point in time, the Galaxy has won 16, so I guess that would push the Galaxy all the way to second place if they win this thing. Because that would mean a draw for Minnesota and Seattle, so that's kind of cool. Point system's kind of cool like that. So we'll see, but once again, that's only if right now. Then we have Atlanta United and New England. Atlanta, last year's champs, currently sitting in second place, looking strong. New England's on the outside looking in. New England's every win they could possibly get. And this is it. So they've got to hope to get a victory there and jump over Toronto, but it all depends on Toronto. Does Toronto, what did they do? They're playing Columbus. Columbus this year is, once again, they're playing for pride. They are nowhere near the playoffs, and we will see. So Toronto wins, then I guess New England's out. So kind of a bummer for them, and, kind of a rough go. So with those first couple of games right there, Taryn, your thoughts?
So, this was another rant that I went on that September 2nd, where I said the Galaxy are underachieving and they're letting their fans down and they're wasting another year of Zlatan. Good, like I said, good to see the Galaxy are getting the ball rolling, and those fans that support the Galaxy, they're not going into there and leaving with a loss, and they're not going into there the next game thinking, I wonder if the Galaxy will actually come and win. The Galaxy are actually going out there and getting it done. Now, I would like to see them beat Houston. If they don't beat Houston, I will be utterly disappointed. And if for some reason, if the Galaxy loses and they slip down behind Real Salt Lake, I might have to go on another Stephen A. rant in regards to the Galaxy. So, in regards to the Galaxy, get the job done. I don't care how good or bad Houston is. Just win. And then see what happens between Minnesota and Seattle. I think in terms of those two tying, I think it would go to Minnesota, considering goal differential, because Minnesota's +10 and Seattle is +2. So it may go down to goal differential, and if the Galaxy were to be in the mix of Minnesota and Seattle, they pretty much need like a huge scoring output to boost their goal differential. But we'll see. As for the Eastern Conference, New England, like you said, New England definitely needs to win. It's surprising to see New York City FC just jumping over Atlanta. I thought Atlanta was going to occupy that first spot, but I guess just like most Georgia sports, and Georgia fans, Atlanta fans, please forgive me, they wind up choking, which is quite sad, but at least they're still top two. Second isn't so bad, but they still have Philadelphia on their coattails. So if you're Atlanta, you definitely got to get the job done on Sunday against New England. But New England's got coming in, basically just wanting to just win. They don't care who they're facing. They just want to go out there and do what the New England Patriots did to the Atlanta Falcons the past in 2018 and 2017.
Great analogy there. Well, good relation. Moving forward, DC United will be playing Cincinnati, and of course we know Cincinnati gets relegated up. I don't know if they're going to be relegated back down, but they certainly haven't had the best season. Regardless, though, this young team came to fight, and 23 points in the season. I know they took their bumps, but man, they certainly, they came to fight, and they're, awesome, much better. Best of luck to them moving forward. DC United is in, though. They're in like Flynn. They're ready to rock and roll. They're not going to be out of the playoffs, I don't think, at all. No, they're 4 points ahead of New England, currently in 7th, so they're in. But they can definitely bump up their stock, not their stock, but they can definitely bump up higher in the playoffs. Then we have Dallas and Kansas City, and this is kind of a garbage game. Well, not really. Actually, no, it's not. My apologies, y'all. It is not a garbage game. For Kansas City, once again, it's a pride game. But for Dallas, they're on the ropes, guys. They have 45 points, and Portland currently has 46. If Dallas wins this game over Kansas City, then they've just got to hope Portland either ties, draws with San Jose or defeats San Jose. Currently, right now, San Jose is 8th place. Unfortunately for them, they are not actually, oh my gosh, they could actually make it. If they defeat Portland, this is a cool scenario. If San Jose defeats Portland, they'll go to 47 points and knock out Portland. However, if Dallas wins, then Dallas will advance and beat Portland by 1 point, keeping San Jose out. So basically, San Jose has to win, and and Dallas has to tie. That's kind of interesting. That's very interesting, as a matter of fact, because if Portland wins... Oh, this is cool. This is a cool scenario. Dallas must win... Kansas City and Dallas must draw. And then, as I mentioned, Portland and San Jose... San Jose just has to straight up beat Portland to get in. So, be realistic, Taryn. How likely do you think that really is, man?
It's going to be very tough, especially, with San Jose, with how they did it in September. They lost all 5 of their games in September. So so San Jose is going to have their work cut out for them against a determined Portland Timbers team. At the same time, Portland has drawn their past 3 games. Yeah, they've had 3 draws in a row. So, and they've only won, but they've been off the winning track as well. So, something's going to have to give, and, but anything is possible, especially with this season. The Galaxy never lost to LAFC. So if that's an example of how crazy the MLS can be. But we'll see what happens. But, San Jose is going to need to have the luck of the Irish on their side if they want to make the playoffs.
They are. So we'll see. Moving forward, we have LAFC and Colorado. Now, this is a 100% pride game because Colorado is just, they've seen better days. They are currently 9th place right now. LAFC is just leading so far that a loss wouldn't even matter. And Colorado, unfortunately for them, they're not necessarily extremely far back with 42 points, but 45, even if they win, it's not going to do anything. So this is a 100% pride game for each team. I wouldn't doubt if they even set some starters for LAFC if they haven't done that already. And Colorado, same thing. Get some guys out there, get some experience against a really good team. It's just one of those kind of games, or one of those kind of games. So after that, Montreal and the Red Bulls. Well, this is kind of... for Montreal, they've had an up and down season, but once again, with 38 points, not even a win's going to get them up there. But this can certainly help out the Red Bulls. They have 48 points right now. A win will put them up there. It depends on what happens with DC United. DC United draws or something, they can overtake and be 4th place. Finish 4th place in the East. So we'll see how that goes. Once again, not a whole bunch of meaning to this game because even with a loss or a draw, New York is still in it. The Red Bulls, but of course that's not what they want. But after that, Orlando and Chicago. Orlando, once again, gets the low right now, not having the best time. Unfortunately, currently 11th place. And Chicago, same deal. Last year, they were doing so well. They had Schweinsteiger. I don't know if he's still there. I think he is. But regardless, just a rough go for these guys. 39 points, though. Once again, even a victory just won't be enough. I mean, Taryn, really, those last couple games, including that game right there, I mean, what do you think? LAFC and Orlando and Colorado, and then Orlando, Chicago, just kind of, those I don't want to say garbage time games, but basically garbage time games. And then Montreal and the Red Bulls, even though one's in, one's still out. I mean, any thoughts on those couple of games right there?
Well, the last game of the last day of the regular season is basically going to be Thanksgiving, and I'll just put it this way: some of these games are going to be the comatose games, like LAFC in Colorado.
That's a really good point. Because, it's just how it goes. I mean, this what happens. What did you call them?
The comatose games, where you basically are full and you basically just can't get up and you're just so tired and all that.
That's pretty funny. I mean, yeah, it's exactly what it's going to be. So I'm really excited for this game. For all of these games, man, because, once again, it's just kind of one of those things where, hey, it's one more go on the season. But, you know what, Taryn, it is what it is. We have some interesting scenarios there. Let's go ahead and finish it up here. Philadelphia and NYCFC. Now, this is actually a game with all kinds of meaning in it, because NYCFC is leading with 61. Philadelphia has 55. Hey, man, a victory here and a loss or a draw for Philadelphia for Atlanta, and Philadelphia has moved to second place. And NYCFC right now is bulletproof. This team cannot go any lower, and no one's going to catch them, so they're first place. What do you do, Taryn? What do you do? You're the head coach. You're the manager of NYCFC. What do you do? Do you sit your players and just give your starters a rest and play your backups, or against a really good team? Or do you actually go full force, or at least partial full force, and try and take on a good Philadelphia team to get you ready for the playoffs? What do you do, Taryn?
I pretty much would go partial full force. Just, maybe play some starters and then maybe some of the rotation players, just basically just not risk a full on injury, because you obviously don't want to be rusty for the playoffs, but at the same time you don't want to risk any of your best players getting injured. It goes without saying for the most part, but I'd go with I'd have them just play this game to just possibly build momentum for the playoffs, because anything can happen in the MLS. Like I said, this whole MLS season has just been nothing but twists and turns and plot twists. So if I'm NYCFC, I'd probably just play the starters and then maybe just rotate a little in and out, and just go with the not like the second string, but the rotation players.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. I like that. I agree with that. Portland and San Jose, we talked about that. Seattle and Minnesota, we actually pretty much touched on that as well, because Seattle, those are the top two teams. I think you already talked about that one, Taryn, right? Seattle and Minnesota going head-to-head, man. They have 53 points apiece. If they were to draw and LAFC were to get a victory, they could actually hop over both of them because of their record. Taryn, what do you think about that game, man?
Yeah, Minnesota and Seattle. Minnesota pretty much has for some reason Minnesota and Seattle draw, Minnesota has the tiebreaker in terms of goal differential over Seattle, and it all depends on what the Galaxy do. It pretty much should just be them winning. I definitely can see the Galaxy winning, because, if they do manage to jump Minnesota and Seattle, it would be quite astounding, and considering with the possibility of the Galaxy missing the playoffs, of what everyone said, and with the losing streak they were once on, it's good to see the Galaxy back on track, and that's I'm glad one of my other rants worked, and I'm glad the fans are getting to see the true potential of the Galaxy.
No, absolutely. And I'm so excited to see these guys in action. Both sets of these teams, man, they're very good teams. And if you ask, my opinion on this game, this is basically playoff game number one for both of them. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely a playoff game, because LAFC is obviously cruising, but Minnesota, Seattle, and the Galaxy aren't really set in stone. You also got to watch out for Real Salt Lake as well. They could possibly jump through the rankings if Vancouver wins and the Galaxy just somehow have an off day. But, I definitely can see the Galaxy just getting it done over the second worst team in the MLS.
Oh, there you go.
Or the Western Conference, at least.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Toronto, once again, and Columbus talked about that already. And there you go, man. Vancouver and Salt Lake. Great segue into that, man. Real Salt Lake's right there creeping. LA Galaxy draw or we lose. guess what? Real Salt Lake's overtaking, and now they're fourth place. And Real Salt Lake is, they're taking on let's see here, who are they playing again? Vancouver, as you mentioned. And yeah, Vancouver is their last place. But once again, that kind of almost forces the Galaxy to win. Like, you need to go out here and play now, because if you lose or you draw, I'm not trying to say Vancouver's a bad team. They've had a tough year, but any given Sunday, any given day, and yeah, the Galaxy right now is just one mentality: win, because Real Salt Lake, that's what they're doing, win, so good stuff there, man. So alright, so that's a little bit of MLS talk there, and let's see, next up on the docket, let's go ahead and just speed through all of these leagues, shall we? And then we'll get into college. So let's go ahead and do this, guys. Right now, speeding through here, we have, let's take a look-see and see where we are. So, around the world, let's do it. English Premier League. Well, Manchester United and Arsenal, 1-1 draw. I think our good friend Matt White was actually at the game. Put a picture of that in our IE Sports Radio family group, so that was pretty cool. And good game. Hey, draw, 1-1, not bad. Good match, but would end in a draw. And coming up this week, the big game for me would have to be none of them, because I don't really see any hardcore matchups here. So I don't really have a game of the week this week for the Premier League. However, the standings after 7 games. Take a look here how they look. Liverpool leading the charge. Okay, and Leicester? Okay, now we have a game of the week, because they actually play. So, and Leicester's actually up there again. Awesome that year. Everyone says it was a perfect storm when they won it all 2 years ago, I believe. But this coming week, I like that. Liverpool taking on, will host Leicester City. Liverpool is actually first place right now at 21 points. Manchester City has 16, and Leicester has 14 in third place. Arsenal has 12, and we also have West Ham United with 12 as well. So this is pretty awesome. Couple of pretty good games there. And while we move on to the next league, Taryn, any thoughts on the English Premier League as of right now?
For the most part, it's good to see that the league is starting to get into the swing of things. Any team, it's still in its early stages for the most part, but it's anything can happen, and you just gotta keep that ball rolling and just not let up. And like I said, get it done. No slouching, no underestimating opponents. Gotta play meat and potatoes soccer, meaning nothing fancy, not overdoing it, just simple soccer. Simple and plain, get the dub.
I like it, absolutely. Moving on into the Bundesliga, no hardcore games here. Leverkusen and Red Bull Leipzig might be actually a pretty good game here, and that's pretty much it. That's it for this week, but we have here, let's take a look. We have, okay, so currently right now in the, currently at the moment we have, let's see, Bayern Munich leading the charge right after 6 games with 14 points. After that, we have here Red Bull Leipzig with 13. Pretty cool for them. SC Freiburg will be with 13. Hope I didn't butcher that name. Schalke with 13 as well. Then we have Borussia Mönchengladbach. Look at that one with 13 as well. And Leverkusen with 6 in 6th place right now with 13. And then the Wolves, or not the Wolves, but VfL Wolfsburg with 12. That's all the way to 7th place. So nice little run right now in the Bundesliga, moving forward. Next up, Serie A action, and you gotta love some Serie A, right? That's my shit. Great league. A couple weeks ago, big ups to my boys, man. Inter Milan winning the first game of the Derby Milano. So proud of my team for defeating AC Milan 2-0 a couple weeks ago. This week, who do we have? Let's take a look here and see who's moving forward, or who's who got some good games coming up here. I don't really see anything too exciting. That kind of sucks. Oh, how could I say that? No. Oh no, this is a game. This is a great game, and my team is in it. And it's a test. It is a true test, and I really hope that we are excited and prepared for this. Inter Milan, we will host the juggernaut, if you will, of the Serie A right now. because, I mean, hey, we're leading first place, by the way, by 2 points. But this is a first place versus second place game. So proud of my team for being first place right now. But Inter Milan will face Juventus this week at home. So I'm really hoping that this is a close game, because if it's not, I'm really mad. But this will be a really good game here. That's my game of the week for sure in Serie A. And as the points sit, Inter Milan leads with 18, Juventus leads with 16, Atalanta with 13, Napoli with 12, and Roma with 11. Moving forward, let's take a look now into Ligue 1. And as we go to Ligue 1, let's take a look and see the table real fast. Let's take a look. PSG, I mean, surprise, surprise, right? I know it's only 2 points, but surprise, surprise. It's only a matter of time before they take off. So they have 18 points. Angers, hope not butchering that name, with 16. Nantes with 16 as well. Lille with 14, and Marseille with 13. Also Nice with 13, and then Bordeaux is actually right there too, with 12. So they're just kind of hanging on. That's all the way to 7th. Moving forward to, let's see, where are we going next? Oh, the Portuguese Liga. This is always a fun league to watch. I like this one because it always seems to be pretty close. Like, seriously, this is always a pretty cool type of league. So, let's see here. Portuguese Liga. So, this week, let's take a look at the top 5 right now. We have, I don't even know who this team is. This is awesome. They must have gotten relegated up. FC Famalicão, I believe. Famalicão. I don't know how you pronounce that, but that's pretty awesome. They're leading the charge right now after 7 games with 19 points. Benfica with 18. FC Porto with 18. Guimarães with 12. I'm not butchering that name there. And look at that. Sporting CP with 11. Boa Vista actually has 11 as well. And all the way to 7th is Santa Clarita. So this is awesome. Oh, sorry, Santa Clara. So this is really cool. This is really cool. Good stuff here. I like it. And we're moving forward to some more games. There's going to be an international break after this Saturday. So they only have one game. But let's see here. We have here La Liga. Another great game, another great league from around the world. One of the big wigs, if you will, one of the big ones, La Liga for short, or as we know it as Spanish Primera División. Let's see, for this week, let's see. Do we have a big one this week? Do we? No, we don't. Darn it. It's alright. Whatever. Anyway, let's see. Oh, well, Barcelona and Sevilla could actually be a pretty good game. I think they're both right up there in the top 5. They should be. Yes, they are. Well, almost. Real Madrid will lead with 15 points after 7 games. Then we have in second place right now, Granada with 14. Let's see, Atletico Madrid with 14. Barcelona with 13. And in 5th place, Real Sociedad. And then Sevilla with 13 in 6th place. And in 7th place with 12 points, we have Athletic Bilbao. So, that's a little look there of La Liga. Moving on in here to the Brazilian League, which is an awesome league. These players are incredible, man. Brasileiro, we have here leading the charge right now after, because they've been playing since like April, after 22 games, so somewhere around there. Flamengo is just getting down right now, guys. Like, this team is just playing at another level. Great football here, great soccer. 49 points. Second place, Palermas with 46. Santos are getting down with 41 points. Corinthians, both Santos and Corinthians have been giants in the last at least decade, probably longer than that, with 38. And then we have in 5th place with 37, Internacional. And then actually, look at that, Bahia also in 6th place, but they're tied with, not tied, but with 37 points. And then with 36 points, we actually have Sao Paulo with 36. So, good little matchups, or actually great table so far. And any big-time matchups we have here, let's see for this weekend. Who's actually a really good matchup? I don't really see anything. It's kind of a bummer, but whatever. I was hoping there would be kind of a cool little matchup somewhere in here. But it seems like there's uppers and lowers kind of going out of here. So anyway, let's take a quick look here. Where are we at? We have the Argentina League. We're going to take a quick look at Primera División de Argentina, or the Argentine Superliga. And they are moving right now. They are 8 games in. And we'll take a look at these right here. Where are Junior? Oh, there they are. Boca Juniors, as we know it, as you would think. Okay, as you would think. They're leading with 18 points right now, so great job to them. After that, San Lorenzo with 16. Good job for them. Talleres, we have here with 16. After that, Arsenal de Sarandi with 15. After that, and then we have Lanús with, Argentinos Juniors with 15, Lanús with 15, and then in 7th right now, we have River Plate, and that's moving on to 7th, and then might as well just go into 8, Newell's Old Boys with 14. So, there's a little look there around the world. Let's finish it off with Liga MX, because that's a dear league to me. Great football league or soccer league from around the world. So let's go ahead and jump on into Liga MX and see what we got. Right now, I'm just really excited. Necaxa, my team, is actually leading it right now. They're taking on Morelia on a Friday on the road. So Necaxa right now is doing their... Well, actually, we got overtaken. But hey, after 11 games, or 12 games for us, Santos has 23. Necaxa has 21. America with 21. We have Leon with 19. And Pachuca with 18. Also, Querétaro with 18. And UANL with 17. And look at this. UNAM with 17. Atlas with 17. And Tijuana with 17. That was the top 10 right now. Oh, this is great. I know it's early on in the season, but look at that. That's going to be a good game right there in the very beginning. Necaxa and Morelia. Then we have, let's see here, Cruz Azul and America should be a pretty good game. Guadalajara and UNAM should be a good one too. Tijuana and Atlas, those games are all on Saturday. And then on Sunday, there's nothing really too big. I mean, there's a couple of games, but they're not like high games taking on each other. So anyway, that is that. And we'll finish it off here with the UEFA Champions League, who's actually going on right now as we speak. And we have the group stages going on right now. Probably a whole bunch of games going on at the moment. Like, seriously, a whole bunch of games going on right now. Oh, yeah, tons. So, group stage, here we go. We have here, from today. Gosh, there's so many. Anyway, so right now, we can just go over this next week, because there actually is not a whole bunch of games, sorry. So, right now, as we speak, Galatasaray, I don't want to butcher their name, they're taking on PSG. It's 0-0 getting towards the half. Bayern and Tottenham actually 1-1 getting towards the half. Red Star and Olympiacos Olympiacos leads Red Star 1-0 getting towards the half. Manchester City and Zagreb 0-0 heading towards the half. Lokomotiv and Atletico Madrid 0-0 heading towards the half. And Juventus will lead Leverkusen 1-0 heading towards the half. Real Madrid and Club Brugge at 2-2. That was full time from earlier today. And Shakhtar will have defeated Atalanta 2-1 today. So that's it. Tomorrow we got a whole bunch more games coming at ya. Barcelona and Inter Milan. Let's go Inter Milan. Really excited for that. Genk and Napoli. Prague and Prague and Dortmund. Liverpool and FC Salzburg. Zenit and Benfica. Zenit, I believe, and Benfica. Red Bull Leipzig and Lyon. Valencia and Ajax. And Lille and Chelsea going head-to-head tomorrow. So lots of UEFA Champions League action going forth. And there's no sense in reading the table right now because we're not to that point. I mean, hey, we're only got one game in or two games for some teams. So anyway, before we get into college, Taryn, any thoughts on any of that craziness?
No, not really, but I will say this. Kevin Baxter, who is a soccer writer for the Los Angeles Times, will be coming to my class at Long Beach State on Monday. And he covers a lot of soccer. He's also covered the Summer Olympics, the Pan Am Games, and the World Cup as well, and the Women's World Cup. So, just little tidbits.
That's awesome, man. Well, hey, that's pretty cool there. And before we get into some college, man, real quick and dirty, I mean, the amount of upsets in college soccer this year for everybody, women's and men's, has been incredible. Have you been seeing all these upsets on Twitter, man?
Oh yeah, definitely can't miss them.
So it has been something else. As of right now, we're running short on time, guys. It's supposed to be a short show, but I think I have a solution for our long shows. Because let's be realistic, Taryn. When we start talking sports, man, let's be real. There's no way to keep this thing under 3 hours.
Tell me about it, yeah.
So I think I have an idea, and I will tell you after the show. Everybody, hint, hint, look in the notes of this show, and I think you will find, well, if you're listening to the podcast, I think you will see our solution. It may help, it may not, but we shall see. So, moving on now into NCAA soccer for the women's and men's real quick. We don't have time to go over everything, but we will just go over the top 25 right now, and like literally just top 25s, and we'll get into those. From 25 to 21 for the women's, as of right now, courtesy of the ESPN Score Center app, we have Oklahoma State, Michigan, Virginia Tech, SMU, and Kansas. From 20 to 16, Cal, Louisiana, Texas Tech, Colorado, and UCLA. From 15 to 11, Arkansas, Washington State, Wisconsin, Texas A&M, and Georgetown. From 10 to 6, Duke, Memphis, Clemson, South Carolina, Florida State, and Florida State. And then your top 5, USC fight on, BYU, North Carolina, Stanford, and number 1, Virginia. So those are the women's top 25. And moving on over to the men's, as of right now, we have here San Diego. So 25-21, we have San Diego, Louisville, West Virginia, Virginia Tech, and Navy. From 20 to 16, North Carolina, Kentucky, Duke, Missouri State, and James Madison. From 15 to 11, New Hampshire, Cal State Fullerton, Florida International, St. John's, and UCF. From 10 to 6, St. Mary's, Charlotte, St. Mary's, California, Charlotte, Indiana, Washington, and Clemson. And then your current top 5, Georgetown, SMU, Wake Forest, Stanford. And how awesome is this, Taryn? You know what number 1 is?
Ooh.
Virginia.
Virginia is a soccer school as well as a lacrosse school and basketball school.
I think it's awesome. We have 2 number 1s. Both Virginia's, women's and men's, are leading the charge. So, pretty sweet. And there we have it. So, Taryn, would you like to go ahead and break off some NCAA volleyball for us real quick, man?
So, yeah, the biggest upset from last week was Washington beating Stanford at Maples Pavilion in 4 sets on Sunday. And for those of you that didn't tune in, Washington was coming off of a loss to Washington State on Wednesday in the Pac-12 opener. The Pac-12 itself was pretty much just a huge mess. And there's a new number 1 in the AP poll, in the NCAA women's volleyball polls. And that number 1 is Baylor. So it's the first time they've ever been number 1 in team history. So that's definitely huge for them. So hats off to them. As for number 2, that would be Nebraska, the Cornhuskers, followed by Stanford at number 3, Pitt at number 4, Pittsburgh, Penn State number 5, Texas at number 6, Minnesota at number 7, Washington, who despite losing to Washington State but beating Stanford, is at number 8. BYU is at number 9. Marquette's at number 10. Hawaii, shout out to the Big West, is at number 11. Florida is at number 12. Wisconsin's at number 13. Creighton is at number 14. Kentucky's at number 15. Colorado State is at number 16. Purdue is at number 17. Illinois is at number 18. Cal, shout out to the Golden Bears, is at number 19. Utah is at number 20. Rice is at number 21. Missouri is at number 22. Florida State, number 23. Washington State, who wasn't ranked last week, is at number 24. And rounding up the top 25 is Oregon. Quack, quack, quack. That hashtag back the pack. And then there are some teams that are receiving ballots. But if you want more in-depth volleyball analysis, you can go to my show, which was Set Point from yesterday. Hopefully, I'm hoping to crank out some more episodes as the season goes on, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. And hopefully I'll be able to touch base on all of the leagues.
Wow, loving it, man. Great show yesterday, and definitely proud of you, man. Doing great things over there. Really excited for CBU, of course, second year being D1. Super excited for my beloved Lancers, or I guess the lady Lancers for sure. These girls are balling out. Yesterday, I think we took a tough loss, kind of a bummer. Yeah, we lost to... Actually, no, we did not! Victory! Oh my gosh, I don't know where I saw that, but 3-1. Congratulations, Lance! Very proud of these ladies. Great victory here. And I just want to read off of their Twitter real fast. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Says Megan Sester went off with 25 kills on a .469 against Chicago State. It's the second most kills in NCAA era. Wow, look at this. It's the second most kills in an NCAA era match for the Lancers. What kind of numbers are those, Taryn?
Those are amazing numbers. 25 kills on 469 hitting. That is just amazing. So definitely I give a tip of the cap right there to her. Big shout out to Cal Baptist. Hopefully we'll be seeing them in the NCAA tournament. So we can't sleep on the Lancers now.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I would love it. I gotta check out. I gotta get to one of their games. It's been so hard for me to get to all these games. I've been trying to go to all these main games. I couldn't have gone to 0 so far of anybody's. But big ups, man. Those are would those be the equivalent to what we call Madden numbers in football, Taryn?
Possibly. Yeah. To be honest, quite possibly. Yeah.
Well, that
especially
is awesome.
With the hitting percentage that high.
That is awesome. These ladies got down. Super proud of them. I'm going to retweet all that right now, and just super excited for these ladies. Great job, and really looking forward to this continuance of the Lady Lancers getting down. So we shall see. Coming up today, as a matter of fact, we have Colorado State taking on Wyoming, and Loyola Marymount taking on BYU. So those are today's games. Of course, plenty more with Taryn coming up in the coming week, and then a little bit of we'll get some polo next week. Kind of a bummer we couldn't get into some water polo today, but a little bit of this week. We're just going to go off of the rankings here, unless you have any of the matchups or upsets from last week. But we'll start things off here with some women's hockey. I believe they just started, if I'm not mistaken, right, Taryn?
Right, yeah, the hockey started on the women's side. Some teams are 2-0 and some haven't even started yet. But yeah, just gonna pull up those
good old USCHO.com. Yeah, once again, you want this hockey stuff, man. I love it. College hockey is awesome. USCHO.com.
Yeah.
While Taryn is pulling that up real quick, I'll just go through the rankings real fast. The top 10.
Yeah, and there are 4 teams that are 2-0. Wisconsin, which is number 1. Minnesota, that's number 2. Clarkson, that's number 3. And then Ohio State, which is number 9. So, yeah.
Yeah, crazy there, man. So as Taryn mentioned,
and Boston College is 2-0 as well.
Well, I can't wait for the Bean Pot this year. Always a cool matchup there. But from 10-6, Minnesota Duluth, which is, big time hockey school. Ohio State, Boston University, Boston College, and Princeton. And then from 5-1, Cornell, Northeastern, Clarkson, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. And of course, as we all know, last year, it was awesome. Another great championship. But it would result in a victory for number 1 Wisconsin. They will defeat Minnesota last year in the championship in April 2-0. So big ups to those ladies. And well, here we go right now, already started up. And then moving on over to the men's, let's go to back to USCHO.com for the rankings here. And I think the men actually start this week, if I'm not mistaken, but I do want to get to the rankings really fast. To just read off the top, because they go by the top 15. Oh no, they have the top 20. Sorry, and yeah, I think they get underway this Saturday. So from 20-6, here are the preseason rankings, guys. Arizona State, Harvard, North Dakota, Bowling Green, and Wisconsin. From 15-11, Northeastern, Western Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State, and Boston College. From 10-6, Clarkson, Notre Dame, Quinnipiac, Providence, and St. Cloud. And then your current top 5, Cornell, Massachusetts, Minnesota State, Denver, and the defending champions, y'all, Minnesota Duluth. Great job to those gentlemen last year. I mean, just talk about awesomeness. I think it was them who won it all last year. I'm pretty sure. If it wasn't, my apologies. But I think it's what happened. I think they were the champs last year. Anyway, Taryn, so any thoughts or comments or any matches this week we should be looking out for from either women's or men's?
Not really. I mean, the season just started. The season's young. For the men, it's just getting started, and everyone's 0-0. Everyone is beatable. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure, and keep an eye out for the neutral zone as well.
Tonight, y'all, sound the thunder. Who's ready? 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. This is going to be a show. The 6th season. This is the second longest running season behind 3 and Out. 3 and Out started a month before the Neutral Zone did, or a couple months before the Neutral Zone did, guys. So yeah, these are the 2 oldest shows, along with Ring Rambling Radio and The Defining Moment. Congratulations, man! Nico Green has held this thing together for so many years here on High Sports Radio, and I think entering his 2nd or 3rd season. Cale Henderson has just been doing the thing, man. So those 2 gentlemen together are just hockey guys, and they are so excited to get on tonight and talk some hockey. I mean, this is it, man. The preseason is over. It's in the books. And Taryn, here we go, dude. This is it, man. We get hockey on Wednesday. Where's that applause button? I'm so excited, man. Hockey on Wednesday coming up. Senators, Maple Leafs. I don't know what they call it. I don't want to say kick us off or tip us off, but they drop the puck. I guess the puck drops on Wednesday. 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Senators taking on the Maple Leafs, and then that day we also have the Capitals taking on the Blues. Capitals won it 2 years ago. The Blues just won it all last year, so you got the 2 most recent champions going head-to-head. Canucks and the Oilers going head-to-head, and the Sharks and the Golden Knights going head-to-head, and what should be a really good battle there in the Pacific. Always a great conference to watch. I love hockey, dude. I didn't even like hockey 6 years ago, or 5 years ago, but Nico got me into it so much, and hockey has become one of my favorite sports, dude. This is such an awesome sport. I've yet to go to a game to support my Ducks, but I'm so excited to cheer on my Ducks this year again. By the way, the Ducks will start off the season on Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, taking on the Coyotes. So it should be a good matchup there. But Taryn, your thoughts, man? You ready for some hockey?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely ready for some hockey. I'm definitely looking forward to the Capitals Blues matchup because I think that'll be on NBC. So for those that like watching hockey on NBC, that's the station for you. I'm not sure who hosts the hockey on NBC, but I'm pretty sure they do a top-notch job. I think it might be Al Michaels. I'm not sure.
Awesome.
And go, man. Ducks! Quack quack.
Quack quack. That's right. Quack. That's right. I thought you were a King fan. I don't know why, dude.
I mean, I don't necessarily hate the Kings. I like the Ducks, but my family and I will pretty much root for both the Kings and the Ducks, but I'm mainly more of a Ducks fan just because they treated the great one, Wayne Gretzky, a little bit better.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So, I wouldn't know. Not necessarily the biggest hockey guy, but I'm getting more into it. I know who Wayne Gretzky is. I just don't know. Not familiar with all of his records and everything, but I know he's an all-time great. But the Kings, actually, my gosh, they take a while. They get started on Saturday versus the Oilers, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm looking at the rest of the schedule for the rest of the week on the ESPN Score Center app, and yeah, dude, I don't see any Kings hockey until Saturday. So Kings fans, you're going to have to just wait a little bit longer because, you guys don't start until Saturday. But it should be a pretty good matchup. You guys are taking, well, not you guys, but Kings and Oilers once again, Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Should be a good matchup there. Once again, unless I'm missing something. Yeah, I don't see the Kings until Saturday. So, Taryn, if you can second that for me, I have no idea. But I don't see them until Saturday. So, great game. Great games coming up here. Great matches coming up here. Also, the NBA, y'all get ready. Coming up in a few weeks here. I am really excited for this. We have coming up with preseason already began. Or actually, no. The preseason, kind of began. Rockets defeated the Shanghai Sharks 140 to 71 on yesterday, but we got more of those. So the preseason actually already is underway, and then coming up, y'all, the Kia tip-off. Really excited for this. on, I believe, we actually have a little bit longer preseason, or the weeks it's going to start a little bit later, I think, this year. But the tip-off is actually going to be the 22nd, I think, which is kind of interesting. But the tip-off. And how cool is this, guys? We've got Pelicans and Raptors starting us off that day, and then Lakers and Clippers in what should be a really good game. So great games that start off the season. And hey, fast break with Phil Jones, Phil Robinson III coming back at you in 2 weeks. It's the Sports Junction, y'all. Almost all the sports. What's that? Oh, sorry about that, Darren. I thought you said something, man. Sorry about that, man. But yeah. All the sports, or the majority of the sports, are a large portion of all sports are intersecting here. So coming up soon, really excited for that one. Also, NCAA basketball starts up. I know CBU has their first game, I think, on Friday. Bummed out I can't be there. I got to coach though, but I got to be there for my kids. But I'm really excited for them. So go CBU! They're starting things off here on Friday, and I know, like I said, a lot of D1. They're starting things off. Coming up here, I think they start in November. Everybody like the actual games. But anyway, with that said, one last thing to talk about this week. And Taryn, did we not get a treat on Saturday with these two fights?
We definitely got a treat on when it came to those fights. Definitely a great fight on Saturday. And I'll let you take it away.
Well, super excited for David Benavidez, man. This guy is the real deal. He's like a youngster. I don't know how young he is, but he's young. He actually defeated Anthony Durrell in the 9th round by TKO. This guy is the real deal, man. Absolute machine. Talk about a heavy hitter, man. He got it done. I think this is his first time hoisting a title, and if it isn't, well then I don't know. But he's a youngster though, and I know he's a damn good fighter. So congratulations to David Benavidez getting that thing done, winning the WBC Super Middleweight Championship. So congratulations to him. And then this fight was unreal, guys. Probably one of the best fights of this entire era of boxing, because Porter took the fight to Spence. That's all there is to it, guys. Porter took the fight to Spence, and Spence answered back. Spence is without a doubt a champion because of the way he handled this fight. Porter is going to brawl. Porter is going to bring every bit of fight to you. Porter does not go backwards. Porter will continue to go forward no matter what. And he is absolutely a heavy puncher. But Spence is somebody who can fight with the best of them, I think. The welterweight division is absolutely awesome. It's one of my all-time favorite divisions. And these guys are going to fight. They're going to go head-to-head. They're going to scrap. They're going to do whatever you want to call the fight is. This is going to be an absolute hard match to top. And I think later on this year, December, I think, is when Canelo will fight Kovalev, which is incredible because that's, I think, a little too much weight there for Canelo. I don't know if it's a catch weight or who's moving up or who's moving down, but I do know for a fact that that should be a pretty neat fight. We also got the rematch of King Kong, David Ortiz. Wow, I said David Ortiz. Hey, he's Dominican. Good, awesome. One of the all-time greats in baseball for sure. But oh my gosh, that was actually pretty funny. Oh my gosh. But we do have King Kong, y'all. Ortiz is absolutely ready for this fight. I hope he's ready for this fight. He is he's gonna get down, man. I know he will, and I honestly think he can win this fight. I don't give a crap. And that's Luis Ortiz, my bad, but look it up real quick. But King Kong and Deontay Wilder went at it a couple, last year, 2 years ago, and in my opinion, he just ran out of gas. I think he had Wilder right where he wanted him, and these two are scheduled to fight. And actually, I don't know they're scheduled to fight just yet. Actually, no, they are scheduled to fight on. Looking here on the Los Angeles, courtesy of the Los Angeles Times, I had to Google it. They're going to be fighting on the 23rd of November. So that's going to be a rock'em sock'em robots type of match. I am so excited for this matchup. We'll get more into that coming up. Also, I'd take a look at it. November 2nd is going to be Kovalev and Canelo, and I'm not quite sure why this is even happening. It's a 15-pound jump. Canelo is definitely a monster, but hey, Mikey Garcia was also a monster. Well, is also a monster in the 135s. at 135, but jumping up to fight Spence earlier this year wasn't the smartest thing, and it showed. So I don't know. Hopefully, it won't be ugly. But who knows if Canelo's a true fighter, though. He wants to move up and he wants to win. And who goes into a fight saying they want to lose? But I'm just saying, he's a tough fighter. He wants nothing but to fight the best. He said that, him and Triple G, I think they both have gone if they both agreed or who said no. But there's not going to be a trilogy there. I mean, if they fight one more time, that'd be kind of cool. But draw in the first round, first fight, Canelo wins the second one. It's controversial of who people say who won either fight, but I'll tell you right now that those are some good fights coming up. But moving into the fight on Saturday night, Porter once again brought the fight to Spence, and both these men, I think, touched the turf. Touched the canvas. But later rounds, Porter continues to prove why he's so good and why he was the champ. Unfortunately, that would be that. He would lose his WBC welterweight title, and, the unified champ now, Errol Spence Jr., will win this thing and, keep his IBF and win the WBC welterweight title. But overall, I just really want to see what this team can do. I want to see what, I guess it is a team, it is a team, Errol Spence. But how far, can they unify all four belts? I mean, Errol Spence is a monster. And he absolutely proved that he can take on a brawler and he can fight him at his own game, and he did. Now, it's controversial, of course, as we know, as it goes to decision, it was a split decision. One of the judges had it for Porter, which I personally, I personally thought that Errol Spence did enough by surviving, but I can understand why somebody would say Porter won the fight. As a matter of fact, I think I actually did have Porter winning the fight, like overall scored. But, once again, as it goes, guys, if you go all 12 rounds, the champ usually wins it. And that's how it goes. So, yeah. My mishap there, but I forgot what I scored it. But anyway, I'll tell you right now, Porter is absolutely a monster, and this guy is every bit of a fighter you can imagine. And I would love to see this rematch, and I would love to see it for these same two belts, if not for more belts. So I'm excited for both these guys and their careers. Porter's 31, Spence is 28, 29. So this is going to be great moving forward. I would love to see these guys fight a few more times. In their careers, they're in their primes right now. They are going heavy. They're going at it, and I'm so excited to see these guys go head to head. So, more times. But anyway, that's how it will end. Spence will get it done, winning by split decision, and he is the new WBC and and still the IBF welterweight champions of the world, if you are champion of the world with both those belts. And congratulations to him on the great victory. So with that said, guys, that's going to be that. And would you look at that? We tried to make it a short show, and it's just not going to happen. So Taryn and I will discuss 3 and Out College Edition coming up for this week. But other than that, Taryn, another great show, man. Thanks again for joining me. And go ahead and throw out all your plugs, man.
Yeah, my pleasure, Larry. It's great to be back, and you can find me at Taran Rodriguez 1. My first name is spelled Teran. My last name, Rodriguez, has a G in it, and then the number 1 at the end. Once again, that's at Taran Rodriguez 1 on Twitter. That's where I'm mainly at, doing all kinds of things, and yeah.
Well, there you go. Once again, y'all, my apologies for just being, absent and just not being all over everything like how I've been. This has been a crazy month, but I'm telling you, things have finally calmed down. I got a schedule now. I just got everything put together. So, it won't be pretty 100% of the time, but hey, it's still going to be a lot better than it was. Getting those banners back up there and getting, everything going in the sports world. And as I mentioned, YouTube videos are to come. As soon as I, heal up all the way and get rid of this nasty little cold, I will go ahead and start making those. They're going to be a lot of fun. They're going to be, I had a name for them. Oh, extras. So, I think, I'm going to call them, the defining moment, extra, or it's a defining moment extra, or, or whatever, I forgot, something like that. But, just a little bit more. I'm going to throw those out there, just, put a little bit more out there, and And, kind of just go with what, more. Like, for instance, if I just want, something I want to touch on a little more in depth or just make a video about it, coming up, I would love to do that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Taryn, if you're interested in doing that too, man, that'd be awesome. Just, call them, extras. Same thing with volleyball. That'd be cool too. And we can get everybody to do those. That'd be really fun to make little extras here and there. So really, really excited and proud of all of our IE Sports Radio family. If you want more of us, well, you know where to go. You can check us out, y'all. We are everywhere. iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn, my gosh, where are we at? iHeartRadio. We're all over the place, y'all. So check us out wherever podcasts are, and if we're not there, we'll probably hopefully be there soon. And after that, we also have, check us out on iesportsradio.com. Show us some love there. Give us a follow on our Twitter, of course. Our Twitter handle at IE Sports Radio, as well as our Instagram handle, IE Sports Radio. And give us a follow or give us a like on Facebook. We'd certainly like that. And also, you can follow me or Bar Larry B at the THEE_LB53. And that'll do it, y'all. Cue the music, because we're out of here. It's been a fun one, y'all. Let's do this thing. I'll tell you, we've had ourselves a fun day, and I'm so excited for what's to come. We are rocking and rolling. Stay tuned, many great shows coming up. Of course, today, as I mentioned already, 6-Wise, we mentioned already, Taryn and I, Jax, Nico Green, and Kel Henderson for the Season 6 premiere of Neutral Zone tonight. Sorry, at 6:30 episode time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And with that, that'll be that, y'all. For Taryn Rodriguez and for me, boy Larry B, we'll see y'all next week. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless.